Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Granite Bowl. Tonight is senior night. We recognize all seniors who have participated in a sport this fall. Thank you for your commitment to your sport and the effort you have made to be the best. The many hours of practice and preparation have not gone unnoticed. Joining the students on the field tonight are parents and family members. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. We begin tonight's introductions with our senior football players. Number 5, Trustin Allen. Trustin is the son of LaQuasia Roberts and Jason Allen. This is his second year playing football, and he is a wide receiver for the Blue Devils. Number 61 is Trevor Atkins. Trevor has played football for 1 year and is an offensive lineman. He is the son of Sherry Atkins and Mark Atkins. Number 32 is Travis Banks. This is Travis's 4th year playing football, and he plays linebacker and tight end. He is the son of Travis Banks and Casey Burton. Number 50 is Christopher Brown. Chris is an offensive lineman and has played football for 4 years. He is the son of Stephanie Brown and Britt Sewell and the grandson of Missy Cox. Number 20 is Kanan Brauner. Kanan is the son of Tony Browner and Felicia Calhoun and the son of Centonia Browner and the brother of Centonia Browner. He has played football for 2 years and is a defensive back. Number 85 is Logan Carey. Logan plays tight end. This is his 1st year playing for the Blue Devils. He is the nephew of Glenn and Becky Wright. Number 7 is L.J. Clark. L.J. is the son of Tina Ham and the stepson of Dallas Porter. He plays defensive back and has played for 4 years. Number 60 is Curtis Hall. Curtis has played football for 4 years and is on the offensive line. He is the son of Curtis and Valencia Hall. Number 70 is Adrian Harris. Adrian is the son of Wanda Stewart and Laney Harris and the brother of Lacey Harris. This is his 3rd year playing football and he's on the defensive line. Number 11 is Christian Harris. Christian is a wide receiver and cornerback. He has played for 4 years. He is the son of Shanika Hardy, grandson of Lynette Hardy, and nephew of Brittany Hardy and Sharita Hardy. Number 31 is Victorious Bubba Hurd. Bubba has played football for 4 years and plays linebacker. He is the son of Corey and Janisha Hurd. Number 33 is Jaden Hogan. Jaden is the son of Tyriva Hurd and Lyria Hogan. He has played football for 1 year and is a wide receiver. Number 73 is Quay Johnson. Quay is on the offensive line and has played for 4 years. He is the son of Anitra Jenkins and Sherwood Jones. He is the nephew of Stephen and Taurus Oakley. Number 75 is Trey Moon. Trey is on the offensive line for the Blue Devils. He plays football for 4 years. He is the son of Shanta Moon and McQuest Cruz, nephew of Patricia Moonbird and brother to Malik Hill. Number 1, Quan Moss. Quan is the son of Gabriel Moss and grandson of Greg Moss. He has been a running back for the Blue Devils for 4 years. Number 53 is Nehemiah Robinson. Nehemiah has played football for 3 years and is on the offensive line and his defensive line. He is the son of Gina Post and Jerry Post. He is joined tonight by his uncle, Timothy. Number 9 is Keyshawn Tate. A linebacker on the team, Keyshawn is the son of Delani Tate and the grandson of Elizabeth Tate. He has played football for 4 years. The next 2 students recognized are those who assist our football program. Adrian Drake is the son of Tara and Ernie Pickman and brothers Christopher, Jasper, and Colton Pickman. He is a student football manager and has assisted the football program for 4 years. Callie Moss is our student athletic trainer. This is her first year she has worked with the football program. Callie is the daughter of Wesley and Renee Moss. Our varsity football cheerleading squad is led by 3 seniors. Jamia Allen. Jamia is the daughter of Jessica Sanders. She has cheered for 2 years. Britton Grimes. Britton is the daughter of Renee Grimes and Billy Grimes. She is the captain this year and has cheered for 4 years. Haley Umble. Haley is the daughter of Valerie Norwood and Nick Umble. She has cheered for 4 years and is a captain this year. We have enjoyed the entertainment our band, flag corps, and majorettes have provided this year during halftime. This group of talented individuals were led by the following seniors. Alice Harper. Alice is the daughter of Kelly Harper and Ed Taylor. She's a 3-year member of the marching band. She plays trumpet and serves as drum major for this year's band. Jakaya Bell. Jakaya is the daughter of Kimberly Bell and the sister of Kaylin Jackson. She has participated in the marching band for 4 years and plays the tenor saxophone. Alex Bennett. Alex has participated in the marching band for 2 years and plays the snare in the percussion section. This year he is the drum captain. Alex is the son of Regina Bennett. J.C. Burton. J.C. is the daughter of Cindy Burton and the niece of Russell and Katie Moore. She plays the bass drum. This is her 4th year in the marching band. Eric Cutchoff. Eric is the son of Derek and Beverly Smith. He has participated in the band for 4 years. He plays the trumpet and this year serves as the high brass section leader. Ashley Gaddy. Ashley is the daughter of Jill Saxon, Cal Swaggart, Jason, and Kelly Gaddy. She has been in the marching band for 3 years, plays clarinet, and serves as band librarian. Lisbeth Hernandez. Lisbeth is the daughter of Miguel Hernandez and Araceli Hernandez and is joined by her sister Michelle. She has played the trumpet in the ECCHS marching band for 3 years. Jasmine Johnson. Jasmine is the daughter of Pamela Wilkerson. She has been in the band 4 years. Jasmine plays cymbals in the percussion section and is also in the front ensemble. Hamina Laguna. Hamina is the daughter of Rosalia Laguna and Eloisa Acosta. She has played the saxophone in the marching band for 2 years and is this year's band captain. Belinda Negrete. Belinda plays the sousaphone and has participated in marching band for 1 year. Her parents are Josefina Negrete and Melatonin Negrete, and she is the sister of Jesus Negrete. Chance Powell. Chance is the son of Maggie Powell and Matt Powell. He is a 4-year member of the marching band. He plays trumpet and mellophone. Chance is the loading crew manager. Nakiria Rucker. Nakiria is the daughter of Monique Morrison and the sister of Kendra. She has participated in marching band for 4 years and plays the saxophone. Eli Trent Williams. Eli is the son of Brian and Lacey Williams. He has participated in marching band for 3 years and is the band lieutenant. He plays the alto saxophone. Spiritual Scribbling. Spiritual, a senior member of the platform, is the daughter of Tracy Scribbling and the sister to Soraya. She has been on the flag line for 3 years. Lindsay Acker. Lindsay is our first senior majorette. She is the daughter of Paul and Enoch. She has twirled for 5 years and has been a featured majorette in the last 2 years. Annabelle Kidd. Our other senior a majorette in the band for 5 years. Our JROTC department is represented tonight by these next seniors. Nakira Baker. Nakira is the daughter of Denise Baker and the granddaughter of Teresa Baker. She has been on the color guard for 4 years and is commander this year. She is also a member of this year's Raider team. Philip Bolden. Philip is the son of Sheila Teasley, Philip Bolden, Sr., and Tanya Downer Bolden. He is a 2-year member of the color guard and is a member of the Raider team. Philip is also runs our cross country team. Justin Brown. Justin has been on the Raider team for 4 years. He is the son of Stephen Brown. Caleb Engel. Caleb has been on the color guard for 2 years and a Raider for 4 years. He is the commander of the Raider mixed team this year. Caleb is the son of Mark and Janet Engel. Brenda Mendoza. Brenda has been on the Raider team for 2 years. She is the daughter of Maria Negrete and Orlando Melville. Talia Montgomery. Talia is the daughter of Chris Ford, and she has participated in color guard as a member of this year's Raider team. Her significant other, Elijah Clemens, joins her on and her mother tonight. Heidi Navarro. Heidi is the daughter of Marisol Esquivel and Roberto Perez. She was on the color guard for 1 year and has been a member of the Raider team for 3 years. Selena Valdivia. Selena has been on the Raider team for 2 years. She is the daughter of Heather Valdivia and Ivan Valdivia. Tiana Wright. Tiana is a first-year member of the Raider team. She is the daughter of Sherry McNeil.
Oh, you ain't here.
Everyone, please join me in congratulating these seniors. Thank you all for your contributions to these CCHs. Go, Devil, horns up.
Man, that was a scene. Boom, bro.
Clock says 11:53 left in pregame as the Blue Devil Band is out performing. It is pink out tonight. Our players have pink socks on, and a lot of fans came with pink on to support breast cancer, and very important, coming from me as well.
Amen.
All right, it's time for the Danny Bessinger Field Condition Report. Marvin, the only thing I'm going to say, and you can have it, but you can see the brown coming in now.
Yeah. Well, you know, and what's great is that we do see the brown coming in because it's real. There's nothing fake to it down there. And,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. I'm old and I'm opinionated too much, and I think those fields are really good. But for some reason, this legendary stadium, you know, I'm trying to picture Notre Dame up there with, I mean, something just wouldn't seem right about it. But it's still in good shape, especially good for this point in the season. And Stuart, just part of the field, when you said that about breast cancer awareness, you know, it just really made me think right now I could see Danny looking up at us. And boy, he'd have that shirt on, and you couldn't miss him. And if something was important to you and him and me, we've had a scare with that as well. And like my mom had it at 33, and she was still praying for people at 93. So you believe, you trust, and but the field looks great. This is the Granite Bowl. Would expect nothing else.
The lines and numbers are painted pretty in white. The lines are absolutely straight as a string.
That sounds like somebody might say, well, why? But if you've been to as many fields as we have, it's not the norm.
No.
You could have a first down change from one side of the field to the other.
Right. These are, the field does look great. It's painted great. The Power E is really bright and blue. So we're set here for some football. That was your Danny Bessinger Field Condition Report. Marvin, now it's time for your Turner Concrete and Quality Block starting lineup.
Here we go, and I'm going to do something a little different again tonight until they tell me I can't do it. And I'm going to start with our offensive lineup, but we're going to start with a group that has gotten better and better and doesn't sometimes get what the others get. The starting lineup on offense for Elbert County, our offensive line.
Let's hear it for our
Curtis
Blue
Hall,
Devils.
Trevor Atkins, Elijah Roman, Lucas Alcalde, Quintavious Teasley. Our quarterback, Javen Hickman. Our slot receiver, Tarikas Jones. Our running back, Quan Moss. Brady Dickerson, Trustin Allen, Eli Harris are our wide receivers. And number 35 is our tight end, Chris Brown. Chris Brown. On defense for the Blue Devils, DJ Rayford, Adrian Harris, Nehemiah Robinson, Gilbert Fortson, Malik Hill, Bubba Hurd, Jermaine Sims, Trez Allen, LJ Cart, Miguel Rodriguez, and Christian Harris, better known as the Brotherhood. Our special teams, kicking Brandon Horn, punting Brandon Horn, snapping Branson Bond. Our holders, Eli Harris. Our punt returners, Eli Harris. And our kickoff returners, Trustin Allen, Jakari Barnett. Our captains, Chris Barnett, Quay Johnson, Christian Harris, and Trustin Allen.
Yeah, Chris Brown, first game back after his knee, and he's a captain tonight and playing a little different. And good to see him back on the field because he's a force to be reckoned with.
A senior that had, unfortunately, took probably a chop block.
Yep.
And then on an extra point, got a helmet to the knee again and could have set it out, but he took some surgery just so he could finish his senior year. Let's pray for him that he gets through this season. He deserves it.
This is the Pinnacle Bank pregame show. We're in the P&J Small Engine Press Box. The Sheriff Melvin Andrews and Ward's Pharmacy Coin Toss is next on the Pinnacle Bank pregame show. Stay with us. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on 105.3 WSGC.
Come enjoy the delicious tasting G-Brand Barbecue. G-Brand Barbecue, located 1140 Athens Road in Crawford, Georgia. Come and taste the delicious barbecue, beef brisket, Boston Butts, baby back ribs, St. Louis ribs, and barbecue chicken. G-Brand Barbecue's preparation to reach consistent, high-quality barbecue. Guaranteed. Stop for delicious barbecue every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for lunch or dinner at G-Brand Barbecue. Open 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. every Thursday, Friday, Saturday. G-Brand Barbecue is ready to serve you. Catering for wedding and events available, and come and dine in their spacious dining area at G-Brand Barbecue in Crawford, Georgia. Phone 706-743-7000. That's 706-743-7000. Ooh-wee. G-Brand Barbecue is worth the drive.
Now back to Elbert County Blue Devil football here on 105.3 WSGC.
Welcome back to the Pinnacle Bank pregame show. We're in the P&J Small Engine Press Box. It's senior night, and I will go through those at halftime because they deserve it, and we'll go through each and every one while we wait on the captains, and we'll have the Sheriff Melvin Andrews and Ward's Pharmacy coin toss coming up in just a second. But first, me and Marvin's going to play a little game, and it's called, everybody knows that I say a word and you say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Located throughout the Granite Bowl. Thank you.
Lang Wyndham.
498 yards in 3 games against Elbert County.
Jaden Gibson.
Over 1,000 yards receiving and probably at least 15 touchdowns on the season.
Keegan Stover.
Looks like a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback to me warming up. 2,000 yards, 23 touchdowns. The most impressive thing ever. No interceptions in all those passes.
The Elbert County, RABUN County series.
6-0 to the guys that are from Tiger.
And the Blue Devil News Network staff for streaming the
Points.
whole football games live.
Differential.
37.1, Stuart.
So with those numbers there, you can kind of get an idea of what we're going to call a rivalry has been the last 6 years. So tonight could be different. Our team's been poised and disciplined and don't overreact and just fight back and don't give up. So we're hoping tonight we're going to change all that. And region gains 1
47 in a row.
streak. Yeah. So all that, we are, I know our guys are ready to go. I know I am. I've been thinking about it since Tuesday. I'm playing golf Wednesday, and everybody's wanting to know what I think about it. I said, all I know is Elbert County's playing RABUN County Granite Bowl, and that's all I know. But everybody's been thinking about it. I laid in the bed and thought about it.
Stuart,
I have watched more film on RABUN this week than any team ever since I've been doing this.
I've won you over to that, hadn't I? Because I do it all the time. It's a sickness. Stuart, I'll say this as the captains come out. I had a guy from Hart County come in the store today and looked at me and thanked me. When we played Hart County, our big rival, how much credit we gave his son. And we do that, and we will for RABUN because, look, RABUN is that good. Now, you can question a lot of things about their roster, but one thing about them, they are hard-nosed, they play hard, and they have been ultra-successful. And the reason this game has this crowd has a lot to do with Tiger, Georgia, and the emergence of RABUN County football. And without them, this game wouldn't be possible.
As the captains make their way to midfield, I can tell you, we got a plane coming over the Granite Bowl. We're getting a flyover. For the first time, I think, in this will be the 7th year, is we match up pretty well. They've got to worry about us, too. We've got the number 8 running back in the state. As they shake hands, this is your Melvin Andrews and Ward's Pharmacy coin toss.
And your captains for the Elbert County Blue Devils.
I was trying to, I think,
Number 35.
I think we'd want to go on defense first.
You know, Stuart, they are so efficient in what they do. And, you know, Coach Davis came from up north, up there even further north than Tiger, from Calhoun. And we certainly got all the experience in the world playing against Calhoun. That's for certain. But they just have a real good scheme. They have kids that fit the scheme. If they don't, they find kids that fit the scheme. They just are so efficient. They are not, they're different in the fact that you think a lot's going on, but they're pretty basic in what they do, but boy, do they execute.
They don't drop passes, and they tackle better than any team I can remember. They just don't miss tackles. They just don't miss them, and they block what the receivers block well. So they flip the coin, and Elbert County wins the toss and defers to the second half. So we will be on defense to start this one out. Clock says 1:30. We'll take our last minute break and come back with your action, as this is the end of the Pinnacle Bank pregame show. We'll be back with the start of this heavyweight fight. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on 105.3 WSGC.
When you have an auto accident, storm damage, a water leak, or a fire, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes with your current insurance carrier. In this moment, what matters is your local insurance agent and the companies that stand with it. For peace of mind with your auto, home, dwelling, or property insurance needs, call Elbert Insurance 706-283-1201.
Energy saving tips from Hart EMC. Have you made the switch to high-efficiency LED bulbs? You may know that LEDs use a lot less energy than standard bulbs. High-quality LED bulbs last 25,000 hours or more. At an average of 5 hours a day, 365 days a year, they can last for at least 14 years. Changing out your light bulbs to LEDs is a smart way to save you money on your electric bill. Energy saving tips brought to you by Hart EMC.
Now back to Elbert County Blue Devil football, here on 105.3 WSGC.
Clock's ticking at 12 seconds. Elbert County to kick. This will be your Elbert Memorial Hospital EMH Cares kickoff. Visit emhcare.net for more information and what the hospital can do for you.
Stu, we can't let these guys do what they've done in the past. The last time they were in the Granite Bowl, it's pretty simple. Wyndham broke off a couple 70-yard runs in the first 3 minutes of the game. And you want to make them drive. Now, they can drive, believe me. They can drive on anybody in the state of Georgia. But you don't want to give them the 50 and 60 and 70-yard plays. And this kickoff, you don't want to let them return a kickoff for a touchdown. Field position is very, very important in this football game.
We're kicking from Church Street to College Avenue. We're in all blue, navy blue and white helmets. They're in black pants, white jerseys, and red helmets. So here we go. Elbert County and RABUN. We pooch it. It's going to come down about the 30-yard line. He drops the ball, and he's going to pick it up, and we're going to finally, he's going to get 5 or 6 yards after he drops it, but we finally get him on the ground 35-yard line. Just like last week, started the same last week, so we recovered it. That pooch kick must be coming straight down when it gets up there.
They did an excellent job of blocking in front, and the return guy was not looking to fair catch. Actually, I think that was Gibson, and he was looking to make a run on it, and he may have looked up a little early, but we were getting blocked pretty good.
All right, you'll see Stover and Wyndham in pistol all night. 3 receivers, 2 right, 1 left. Now they put Wyndham to his right. Stover takes it, gives it to Wyndham right up the middle, and we'll hit him for about maybe a yard gain they'll give him. They'll place it on the 36. Nehemiah up off the pile.
Tackled by number 53,
DJ Rayford.
Robinson.
Really good, Stuart. We got off blocks up front. We did not, we kept, we filled our gaps really well on that. He's a great cutback style runner.
Between guard and tackle there, and we closed it up. Now they put him out as the slot. Now there's 5 receivers. We're going back to throw, and he's going to throw it quick. Overthrown. Incomplete, covered by Jermaine Sims. And that was that Gibson guy that's got all those catches and all those yards. Stover overthrew him.
Stuart, we came up and played tight. Our defensive backs were up into the wide receivers, and it didn't allow them that outside pass. It had to be perfect, and it sailed on him a little bit because we had a defender within a foot of the throw.
3rd and 8, just underway here in the Granite Bowl. 5 receivers, 3 left, 2 right. Stover takes it back to pass. No pressure, and now he's going to have to move around, and now he's going to throw it. Intercepted and dropped by. Who was that?
Stover's pass is broken up.
It says, I thought that was
39.
39's not on my sheet.
Brings up a 4th down.
So I don't know who 39 is.
Wow, I don't either, Stuart, unless it's one of the kids back there that's wearing a different jersey for us.
Coach said we got to make those plays, though. We missed an interception right in his face mask, so now they'll punt. We got Eli back at the 33-yard line. Got to make all plays tonight. The kick is up. Eli will take it at the 33-yard line. We almost got in and tipped that ball. That was really, really close, but Elbert County will take over, and that's your first 3 and out for Bill Daughtry.
Stuart, we looked like we were going to bring a little pressure, and the longer it took him to kick that football, we had a guy almost ran by the kick.
Yep. So we dropped a for sure pick at the 50-yard line to a 39. I don't know. We'll have to try to find out who 39 is.
Great defensive stand for the Blue Devils.
So here we go. Javen back to throw, in trouble. Now he just throws it out of bounds. They really threw a blitz in there, and we had Tyrekus Jones going deep. Covered pretty well, though. They come in on a blitz and didn't give Javen any time to throw. So it'll be 2nd and 10. We're going to try to go deep on the first play, apparently.
Just never got our receiver out there. I really couldn't understand what happened.
They are not playing a safety deep. We give it to Quan up the middle, and he breaks up to the 35 for a short 2-yard gain, so it'll be 3rd and 8. So both teams now, trying to feel each other out a little bit. We try to hit it deep. We've already missed an interception right in his chest. So now we've got 3rd and long.
One thing I saw there, Stuart, when Quan bounced out, he was just a little bit from really getting out there, and they were sold out because they were within 9 yards of the ball, and they are again.
3 receivers left. Javen takes it, wants to throw, got some time. Now he lets it go down the field. Nobody's down there, and we've got a Trustin Allen is out of bounds, got pushed out of bounds by no flag. I don't know what that was. The cornerback for RABUN County pushed Trustin completely out of bounds. Did you see anything, Marvin? I couldn't.
Obviously, there was a lot of contact because our receiver disappeared off the field, and but no call.
Javen threw it up, and nobody was there. Nice punt, hanging high, fair catch at the 30-yard line. So first 2 possessions for each team, nets 16 yards, 8 apiece. So we're still at 0-0. They both look just alike right there. Except we should have had a pick. And Coach told us we're going to have to fight for the ball, and we cannot drop interceptions.
Yeah, we really love to see us knock out a first down. Field position will continue to be huge this ball game, and could be a deciding factor.
So, RABUN, 3 receivers right, 2 left, empty set, Stover. You got to be scared of him a little bit. Now he throws that little receiver screen out, and he steps out of bounds at the 37-yard line, pick up of 6 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 4. That was the tight end, just chipped and went out there and stood there for a complete pass.
Stuart, that play is really good for them. What's impressive is that's a throw across the field and how quick he got it out there.
Now they got Wyndham back there with Stover. They give it to him. He's got a little hole and he bounces outside, and that's what you can't let him do. That 150-yard, 50-pound running back has eat us alive the last 3 years. And he gets a first down up to the 47-yard line. He bounced it outside, and we had to run him down. They mark it at the 47, so it'll be first down, and they're going fast. Stover takes it. Now he's throwing. Now he's going to throw a screen back in the middle, and there goes 4. And we finally tackled him at the 37-yard line. That was just one of those receiver screens, and
flag on the play.
he pulls around, and they hit him real fast.
Let's see, maybe if they get ineligible or holding. This RABUN team has been penalized heavy all season. And it maybe lineman downfield, maybe, or holding.
From where the flag is, it's hard to say. Yep, ineligible
Lineman downfield.
That took a while, and they really tried to. The offensive line really tried to get down there and block, as they generally do on that particular play. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
And now they're talking, and now they may change the call. Let's see.
So how can we be
Guy
ineligible?
came in and wanted to. Let's see.
So now
they
wave the
wave
flag
it off.
What was that?
Referee came in. 3 referees said it was ineligible, and 1 guy ran in and shook his head, and now the coaching staff's going nuts on the sideline.
Indication of the flag
So
is
they
waved off.
throw a flag and wave it off. So now it's 1st and 10 from our 37.
Now the official calls Shannon Jarvis in and kind of said, well, I don't know, Coach.
So now they put Wyndham out as a receiver. Empty set. Stover takes it, looking to pass. A little pressure, and we hit him. AD hits him, and he almost off his fingertips threw a
Stover's pass falls
post
incomplete.
route, a corner route at the 5-yard line, overthrown incomplete. We had him covered pretty good.
Brings up a 2nd down.
It would have had to been an absolute perfect throw. Big AD hit Stover there after he let loose, and that may have been why he was not accurate, because he had to throw it. He was getting hit as he was letting the ball out of his hand.
Yeah, he was really, he had us beat deep, and Miguel did a good job of hanging in there and getting his hands up, but that's a tough job for him to cover that guy out there on that deep pass.
2nd and 10. Now here comes that little running back again, and he just hard to tackle. He's so quick. His feet are amazingly quick. And he'll pick up 4 yards, so it'll be just straight up the middle. So it'll be 3rd and 6. 9:02 left in the first quarter, no score. This is Ravens' 2nd possession. We've had it 1 time. Think we need to stop right here. Now we've got.
This is a little different set. Now they come out of it, though.
Now it's 2 receivers, left and right. Stover now looks at the sideline. They're going to change the play.
They switched and got the Gibson on Miguel out there on the outside. They switched that.
Back to pass, no pressure, and he's firing it to the end zone. Way overthrown. Nobody could get to it. And Stover is mad at himself, but he really overthrew that. So it'll be 4th down and 6. Let's see what they do. I would think they'd go for it.
Was a hint of pressure right there, Stuart. We never got to him, but you could tell his feet were moving a little bit like he felt there was pressure.
Well, another second, there would have been somebody on him, but he had plenty of time. They're going to go for it here and maybe try to draw us off sides, maybe. I don't know. Same formation. 2 receivers left and right. Wyndham in the backfield. Looks at the sideline for the play. Now he moves Wyndham to the right. Takes it. Fires it. And I don't know if he got the first down. He got hit by Jermaine Sims as soon as he caught the ball, and he's going to be short. So Raven turns it over on downs. Wow, Jermaine Sims, what a technique tackle. Helmet on his side, pushed him back a yard shy. Big defensive series right there.
One of the keys to the game, the first ones, we must tackle and get off blocks. We got off a block and we tackled.
No doubt Jermaine was not letting him go. There was no forward progress after he made the catch.
And he caught that ball within a yard of the marker.
So now the Devils 1st and 10 from the 28. Give it to Quan up the middle with a little hole, and they hit him at the 30, and they'll drive him back. Raven is known for being a little chippy in these situations when they pile up. They're going to give him forward progress up to the 31, so it'll be 2nd and 2nd and 7 now. They move it.
Had a hole initially right there, and it looked good from up here, but boy, they did a good job of filling in with a safety who came up and really supported on that play.
Give it to Quan again with a little hole in there. They trip him up at the 35 or he was going to get big yardage. How many times have I said that this season? One guy sticks his arm out and trips you up. They mark it at the 36-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and short of 3rd and 2.
Really looked like a big play coming right there.
It sure did. The
Goodness.
hole opened up, and that one guy, I literally was on the ground, stuck his arm out.
We had a tackle to get a good block on their guy here.
3rd and now and we had Tyrekus out here open at the 38, and Javen really threw it behind him. It was not a good pass at all. So we'll end up having to punt, and that right there is not what the coach wanted. That's the first time I've seen Javen really throw it inaccurately.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, that hurts.
That would have been a first down.
Horn set to punt away.
So we are in a battle.
Got a real chance to take over that initial possession, but we haven't been able to move it either.
Low snap. He gets it off, end over end.
He's going to call the ball down right there. We're going to give them the ball on the 22-yard line. His knee went down when he caught it.
His knee went down to get the low snap, and they're going to call him down. We got a great officiating crew tonight. He was dead on. That's Randy Watkins, the head official, and they're going to call it down. So our first major mistake of the night, we're going to give it to him on the 22-yard line. And you just can't have those type of mistakes. We've already dropped the interception. Now we put our knee down on a punt, and we're giving them all opportunities, and we're not taking advantage of it. So Raven got the ball back. We'll have to stop again. We've seen them do it all year. They give it to Wyndham, and he just lowers his head and gets 3 or 4 yards. 150 pounds, 5'9".
And had a great career against Elbert County.
Nehemiah and Gilbert Fortune on the tackle. They'll give him 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7. And they're going fast. Stover with Wyndham to his right. Takes it. Going to fire. Complete to number 4. Run out of bounds by.
Pass is complete to number 4.
Can't see by Emrod. He made a really good cut. He was there, but the pass was right on his number. So a first down, now down to the 9-yard line.
Stuart, you can see they're picking on him. I think they feel like they've got more speed over there than he can handle.
That's Legault, and he's about 6'2", and Miguel's about 5'8". So he's going to pick. Gives it to Wyndham again up the middle, nowhere to go. They'll probably give him a yard or so, but they'll mark it at the 7-yard line.
Wyndham on the carry. Tackle by number 42, Gilbert Fortson.
Really field position. This is what I was talking about, field position. Tough break on the low snap, and let's hope that we can hold them out for at least a field goal here.
2nd and goal from the 7, back to pass. Stover's going to throw it all night, and they say he caught it in the end zone in the corner. Miguel hit him as soon as he caught the ball. I thought it came out as he was going out of bounds. But the official was right there. I couldn't see. It was on the far corner. Just a real quick pass. Miguel had it covered, and he caught it. But it looked to me like it was falling out of his hands as he went down. But apparently he held on to it, and they called a touchdown. So with 5:47 to go, the Ravens 6, Blue Devils 0. After we give them a short field of only 22 yards, our punter kneed it on a low snap. Knee hit the ground. They give it to them. So we'll have to match the score here. Kick's up. The kick is good.
Rimrod's kick is up and good for the
5:47 to go in the first. Ravens 7, Elbert 0. Our defense is playing pretty good against them, though. They're having to fight. And we give them a big opportunity. Well, they'll give us one here in a little bit, so we'll keep fighting them. We'll see if our offense, we had two bad plays on that last series. We were moving the ball, running it on the ground, trying to get the passing game livened up a little bit. We just can't get that started, but the line's blocking good for Quan. He's getting some yardage, so we'll see what we can do on this next possession.
Stuart, they blitz a whole lot on defense. and I'm quite sure the idea we've got is to make them think pass a little bit so they won't cheat the line of scrimmage. But truthfully, they're still cheating the line of scrimmage. They refuse to budge, and they're playing inside the, they're 9 yards off the ball at the deepest. We had a little better protection on a couple of snaps ago, and we should be able to get deep on them with our wide receivers.
Well, they're going to try to stop number one, obviously, and they're going to sell out to do it. And we've got to be able to get some passing game going here pretty quick. So, RABUN to kick to Church Street. We've got Jakari back at the 5. He almost broke 2 last week. Now would be a perfect time for that. And they're going to pooch it, and they're going to be offside, so they'll back it up to the 35.
The indication is offsides, Wildcats.
So we'll make them re-kick, so that gives us a little more room for Jakari.
Let's see, now Stewart, he looked to the left then, and
there's nobody there.
A little concerned because we've got a big open spot over there on the left side. I noticed he looked that way. Now, that doesn't look like what he's intending, but, boy, he sure looked up on that.
So they pooch it. Let's see what they do here. They may pooch it again. If they do, we're going to really have to run to get the ball. And now it's an onside kick. And Brady takes it and goes down, and he gets hit immediately. Pretty good hit there. Brady holds on, so we'll take it at the 37. No, that's Logan Carey. He got really, really racked there. Man coming untouched and hit him good. He's probably feeling that right now.
Yeah.
He'll shake it off.
You really need a kid up in front of him making a block on that. Now, you can't let those gunners come running free because they live for that kind of a chance.
Yep.
Need to drive the ball a little bit here. Now, Stewart, change the field position now. We're in the game, but we need to establish offense here.
Yeah, we've had 2 possessions, and we was moving a little bit on that last one. Had some miscues with a pass. Haven't completed a pass. Quan looking for a hole, and he drives all the way up to the 43-yard line for a solid 5 yards, so we'll have 2nd and 5.
Boy, that right side of our offensive line got the job done then. We really got hats on everybody.
Tackled by number 45, Ethan Owens.
Moved it well. That's a great first down play for us right there.
Number 39, Jalen Davis, as a freshman. I know Chris Brown's got on a different number.
Yeah, and this is, I tell you what this is, Stewart, right now. These officials will not let you wear your pants above your knees, and they make you pull them down. Some officials don't say a thing. Others.
Well, number 23's got his pulled up halfway up.
Yeah, his is halfway up his thighs. I don't know
what the difference
I don't understand the difference. And he's right beside the other ref. The referee just made that call.
So we got Brady in the block for Quan. Quan going to turn it up across the 45. He'll mark it at between the 46 and 47. So again, we're going to have a 3rd and very short to get our first Higginbotham Paint and Body first down. 4:55 and the clock running. RABUN 7, Elbert 0. We had a bad snap, and our punter's knee went down, and that's how they got the quick touchdown, only from 20 yards. Quan gets hit at the line of scrimmage and keeps bulling forward, and I think they'll give him, they'll give him enough for a first down, so they'll move the chains. So our first down, and we're running the ball straight up the middle on them, pretty good.
And that's good enough for a Blue Devil first down.
What you do is if you can continue to do this, and I know our coaches watch their safeties really close because of the style they use, we could maybe get a play action here.
Safeties moved back just a little bit. They're not within 8 yards, but Quan's going to take it again, and they're going to push him forward. They're going to let the pile keep going. They're going to pull him down at the 49 of RABUN.
Hard run by Quan Moss.
Pickup of 3 yards. Quan's taking the load early here.
Well, they marked it back, Stewart. I thought it was one of the referee out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, The guy spotting in the middle just moved it back a full yard, and both side officials are standing exactly a yard. Now they moved it. Maybe he heard me, Stuart. Maybe he's got a link to me up there.
The two side officials were way up. So 2nd and 7. Faked it to Quan. Now we're going to throw it deep. And it's a wobbly, and number 6, they say incomplete. He goes up for it. Trying to fight 23, Trevion Swinger. The ball was not thrown. If it had been thrown crisp, it would have been a touchdown. He had to stop and wait on it. Him and 23 had to fight. He had it in his hands, but when he hit the ground, the ball came loose, so it's incomplete, and that was all the way down at the 10-yard line. As Coach said, we got to go up and fight for it and win it.
That was the play I was looking for, but Stuart, the Elbert County crowd got on. They felt like there was pass interference there way before the ball got there.
And now we're going to fumble the ball, and Javen has to pick it up and run, and he does, and he goes all the way to the 38-yard line. First time Javen has, and now he's going to throw a flag on Javen. I thought he was going to pull his flag out. Javen pointed his finger like first down, and it is for Higginbotham Paint and Buy, but I don't know if they're going to let you jawn like that, but we got away with that. Now we're down to the 35-yard line of RABUN. First time Javen's run it. Now he's going to run it again, and he's going to now we're going to have holding. They throw a flag back here at the 35-yard line from the head honcho. You know it's going to be holding on another 12-yard run by Javen. Going to be called back on a holding call.
You hope that you wouldn't get a lot of that this game, and I know there was conversation about that this week, and RABUN's done a good bit of the holding on their own, and we were hoping they wouldn't call any of it. But the first one drew the blood was Elbert County, and maybe cost them another first down.
I think Javen's knee's not really hurting him, but he is going to have some minor clean out on his meniscus at some point, and he's like, my knee don't hurt, and if I have to run, I'm going to run. So now it's 1st and 18. Javen back to pass, looking. Now he's going to have to scramble. Now he's over here by himself to the near sideline and fires it deep down, and it's another wobbly pass, and they're going to have to fight for it, and it drops incomplete. Number 21 for RABUN had it for a second. Javen's just not throwing it with any.
And Stu, we got a flag down here, and that should be holding on RABUN on one of our wide receivers. They did that earlier when you saw our receiver disappear. It was the same situation. They may have got it here.
Let's check
this kid
the call.
Has tackled our receiver twice.
Holding on RABUN. Yeah, that's the same guy.
Against the Wildcats.
I feel like we can run by them on with our receivers.
And that's why they're holding.
Exactly. Yeah.
If Javen's throwing a little duck out there tonight, he's not throwing it, I don't know, he's not throwing it with his normal tight spiral. Because if he has, that's 2 touchdowns right there, because our receivers are wide open. They're having to stop and wait on the ball.
Yeah, the shame of that penalty is we had a kid that maybe was going to break open, be wide open for a big gain, and it ends up only being a 10-yard penalty.
Javen scrambled around and had plenty of time, so now it's 1st and 9, and we give it to Quan trying to get him outside, and he can't. Now he's changing and going back up the middle now, and he'll pick up a few positive yards. Let's see where they end up marking it.
Hard run by Quan Moss.
They're going to mark it at the 32, 33-yard line, so it'll be a pickup of 1st and 9. Let's see where they mark it. They mark it at the 32-yard line of RABUN.
By a host of Wildcats.
So it'll be 2nd and 6.
That was pretty much Quan on his own right there. Wasn't much there, but he somehow by himself moved the pile.
Give it to Quan again up the middle with a little hole, and he gets knocked
Moss on the carry.
Low. Another hole, and it looks like he was about to go. Crosses the 30. They'll mark it at the 29. So now we're going to have a 3rd and 3.
If you ever watch Vince Dooley on the sideline with that body language and things, that's what I look like besides Stewart. Stewart's trying to make sure I don't knock the equipment off, but Stewart saw that hole that I saw, and it looked like 7.
3rd and 3. Back, going to give it to Quan again. He turns it up. They're not going to let him get it this time. Probably no gain. Now, what will we do here? We can't kick a field goal. And if we punt, it'll go in the end zone unless we try to
pooch it. I think you got to go here.
They're going to give them a yard. It's actually going to be 3rd and 1.5. So we're going to go for it apparently here. We're running in some subs. Chris Brown coming out.
This is
now we've got.
On the tackle.
We have to call timeout here. We've got people going on off the field. That's when you have too many men on the field. We're
4th and 2 on the 28-yard.
We're going to have to hurry up.
Now, the official, I don't know what that was.
They may let the clock run down and call timeout.
Okay. Maybe they started it before the ball was placed because they restarted the play clock now.
4th and 2. I think this is a pretty critical conversion here.
You can
in the first quarter with 49 seconds to go. We've got to answer Ravens' touchdown, one we kind of gifted to him. We'll give it to Quan, and he's not going to get there. Yeah, he does. He breaks through and gets almost to the 25 for a first down. He did that on his own. He got hit at the line of scrimmage, spun, had a little gap, and took control of the linebacker pretty good there and pushed him forward down to the 25 for a Higginbotham paint and body first down, and I think that was a must make there.
Absolutely. And Stuart, if we can continue this drive, we need the points. We need to keep the game close as long as we can. But one thing about this is wearing on their defensive linemen.
1st and 10. Javen gives it to Quan again. He stops, cuts it up the middle, pushing. They'll get him. They're going to mark it at the 22-yard line.
Hard run by Quan Moss.
Maybe 4 yards. Let's see where they mark it. Yeah, we'll say 2nd and 6. Quan's really running hard and doing most of this on his own after he gets to the line of scrimmage.
By a host of Wildcats.
10-play drive working right now, and that's the quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter with your score. Ravens 7, our Blue Devils 0, but we've got the ball driving it down to the Raven 22-yard line. We'll have a 2nd and 6 coming up right after this. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on 105.3 WSGC.
Hi, this is Kim Wilkerson Higginbotham, Elbertonian, Elbert County graduate, and attorney at law at the Gordon Law Firm in Hartwood, Georgia. While I swim in a sea of orange daily, my heart still bleeds blue. We support the Blue Devils too, and we open our doors to you with efficient and effective service for all of your legal needs. Call us 706-377-7777. Good luck, Blue Devils.
Now back to Elbert County Blue Devil football here on 105.3 WSGC.
Ravens 7, Elbert County 0 into your first quarter. A little recap, we missed an interception on their first possession at the 50-yard line. They punted, and then we exchanged possessions, and then Elbert County had to punt, and it was a low snap, and Brandon couldn't get it off the ground, and he put his knee down to pick it up, and they called him down at the 22, and so we give Raven only 20 yards to get a touchdown, and they did. So now we're trying to get in there now. So we fake it to Tyrekus. We're rolling to the left, Javen, and he fires. Overthrown, intercepted by Raven, and he's trying to come to the near sideline, and Tyrekus took the wrong angle, and we're going to finally run him out at the 22-yard line. So there's the first turnover. Everybody told me today who's going to win. I said whoever has the most turnovers, which is pretty much in every game, but not so much when you've got two equally talented teams. Whoever's got the most turnovers is definitely going to have a hard time. So we dropped an interception, and then we just give them one as we're driving, and that's like a thorn in your side.
Got to play defense right here, Stuart. If they can score here, then they take away the second half early possession. You want to keep it right where it's at right here. Need to play that defense. Keep your intensity up.
So Raven, 1st and 10 from their own 22, just underway in the second quarter. We're trailing 7-0. Big quarterback rolls out, fires it deep down the middle to Land Wingham, and he's complete over his shoulder.
Pass is complete.
Jaden Gibson, that
to number 6,
freak of a receiver that's got so many yards, leads the state in receptions and yardage, and he broke free at midfield all the way down to our 40. got behind us, and they put it up in the air, and he run up under it, and he don't drop it. So just like that, they're at our 45. Back to pass. Stover gets hit, complete to number 4, and Miguel tackles him at the 37-yard line, so it'll be a short gain of about 4 yards.
Tackled by number 30, Miguel Rodriguez.
Miguel did a good job. He turned on him. They do that good and get more yardage, but not that time.
Would watch the running back right here.
Stover takes it, throws a real, then he's in trouble, and he pitches it out to Lang Wyndham, and he's just going to try to get what he can and runs through, but we'll keep him. He was going down. We had Nehemiah and DJ fixing to kill him, and he just, like a pitch, tossed it out to his running back. He got back to the line of scrimmage, but now it's going to be 3rd and 6 now.
Stuart, that's what I talked about earlier today, about how this kid keeps it alive, not with his feet, but with his body and his moxie, because he didn't just go down. He waited and waited and was going down and then got rid of the ball. That's a great play by their quarterback to save them 9 yards.
Stover, 5 receivers, empty set, 3 left, 2 right. Stover takes it, wants to throw, no pressure. Now he got sacked back at the 47-yard line. We got a linebacker coming up the middle, and Stover goes down. And the Blue Devils defense stands up and makes a great play there. Stover had no time to do anything.
First time all night we brought blitzes, and we really got to him, and we caved him up. That's a big stop. We're going to look back at this maybe later on.
Malik
Hill was there for sure.
Malik and Bubba Hurd maybe finished him off. 4th and 15. Good snap. The punt is short, end over end. Just don't let it hit you. And it bounces in favor of Elbert County, so they'll down at the 32-yard line. So a very short punt to give us decent field position to start our possession. With 9:18 to go in the second quarter, Ravens 7, Elbert 0.
Boy, you look back, and I know we can't what if, because they all count, but to spot them the ball on the 22-yard line, this game has really been a tremendous defensive battle.
As I knew it probably was not going to be a high-scoring game because our defenses are too good.
Now, we've missed a couple that could have gone the distance.
Yes. Javen not quite on the passing game tonight. Quan takes it. They're going to hit him at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go.
Just didn't have enough people to block him. I don't know if we got lined up wrong, but there was literally 3 defenders there and only 1 person to block. Don't know if we went the wrong way.
Yeah, we were definitely outmanned there. That just like Marvin said, that just looked funny.
Yeah.
Now we give it to him again, trying to get him outside. He cuts it in, and he'll get up to the 35, but that's going to be a 3-yard gain, so we're going to have a 3rd and long coming up. We've had several 3rd and longs.
Sure do need to keep the football and get their defense. We usually, the cumulative effect in the 4th quarter is what's helped us all season, and we can't keep on letting them get off the field quick on defense.
They're still not playing a deep safety. They're not, absolutely not respecting our pass game.
Flag on the play.
I don't know if
that's going to help because that should be offsides on them.
I think they're going to call.
They're already backing up unless the official just does something crazy here because they already know they jumped.
Offsides, Rabun.
Offsides, defense.
I didn't know if they were going to say procedure or not.
Well, they were looking, but Rayburn County had already walked back 10 yards, and I mean, that staggered count. Now, this puts us in a better situation. And I know we didn't want our Hickman to run it a lot, but Stewart, that looks like the play that they can't contain, and I've heard that from some people that have gone against them.
3rd and 1 from the 41. They blitz again. Quan drops the ball, I think, and he does. Bad. Javen's wanting to know, and Quan's, they both got their hands out. I think one went the wrong, I don't know, but we fumbled again. That's our 2nd turnover, and we're giving Raven all the opportunities to just break this open.
The Wildcats.
They've got it on the 38-yard line of the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Stewart, that's a 22 on a low snap, interception, and now a fumble. And, boy, I was just looking at that, and Hickman, may have had 60 yards if he just kept it. I know that was probably a design run, but we may have to look at that run now. They're keying on Quan.
So the defense has got to do it again. We're putting a lot of pressure on them early. They give it to that Wink. You know, the quarterback's going to run it, and he's going to slide at the 31-yard line.
See, that's a case of a quarterback that doesn't run, but because you don't respect the run, you give it to him, and he gets them 7 yards.
2nd and 3 from our 32. They give it to Wyndham. He'll Jermaine on the tackle, and he'll pick up maybe a yard or two. So it's going to be 3rd and short here.
Sims for the Devils.
Stuart, I would be very wary of play action because they can go for it here if they have to go further down. But I would really be wary of that wide receiver and then play action right here.
3rd and 2. Another big 3rd down. I think we've got to stop them here. Probably 4-down territory, however. Stover takes it, gives it to Wyndham, and he gets hit. I mean, Bubba Hurd come in and hit him, turned him in a flip at the 32-yard line. He'll lose 2 or 3 yards. I mean, he got knocked upside down. Bubba come in there and laid, not the wood, laid some steel to him. Wow.
And honestly, Stuart, that was a terrible spot.
Terrible spot.
The ball is at about the 34, and they've got that thing at the 32.
Devil fans, stay on your feet.
So it's 4th and 3. They're trying to decide if they're going to go for it. We just stopped them on 4th down earlier. Our defense really likes themselves. They've gotten better each week all year, and we are really putting the pressure on them. We are really playing well at the line of scrimmage. Now they move it back a little bit. The marker is 4th, and I'm going to call it probably closer to 4th and 4.
Well, we got that spot. It should have been 4th and 9.
6:45 clock running. I don't know if they're waiting for the play clock to get out and call timeout, but they're definitely going to just stand there and let.
Kind of strange for RABUN.
Yeah,
that's not their style much. They usually fast, get as many plays in, and
trying
maybe they want to think this one over a little bit.
And make it a short game.
Yeah. Great pot spot by Bubba. You know, it's going to have to go a long ways to miss that the hit of the game.
Yeah.
Boy, I wish
So
we could have got the spot, though.
RABUN gets the timeout. They let a good 30 seconds run off the clock, so it's 6:22. It's going to be a short one. We'll keep it here. I'm tired already. The defense is playing one heck of a game. We stopped them earlier. I still go back to that pick that we should have had in the first possession. That could have been you go up on them early, and then we've had some bad things happen, and we're lucky it's only 7-0, but you can credit our defense because they are playing lights out.
Stuart, if we can hold here, and I would look for them to run this out they do with the receiver, and they may try to get matched on Miguel again, but if we can hold here, no matter what this half finishes out without just a terrible another turnover, we've turned it over so many times, we've not taken advantage, we've missed a sure touchdown on a pass. Stuart, and it's 7-0. That's a great sign for the second half of this football game. But this is huge because if they can go score and go up 14, it looks a whole lot different going into halftime.
I'm expecting one of those real short passes out to number 6 or number 4.
See where he lines up at, Stuart. That'll be the interesting thing. And they'll probably shift out of this. Maybe not.
Now we got a different running back in there. Wyndham's out. Stover takes it, gives it to that other running back, and he's going to fight forward. Let's see where they mark it at 29. I don't know if he got it.
He is short.
Great defensive stop.
They're giving it to us. Another turnover on downs. Go D. All you can say is go D.
Great job. Great stop. Elbert County got 6 minutes and 16 seconds now to go get after them on the offensive side.
What a stand. That's 2 turnover on downs by our defense. So now our offense needs to check in now. We need to check in to help the defense out. They played most of the first half themselves. So we're on the field. We got 2 stacked left and right. Javen takes it, gives it to Quan. Nowhere to go, and he's just going to push his way for a yard maybe.
Moss on the carry.
Sure, interesting coverage then. We put the two receivers out there. They've got Gibson playing cornerback, and they've done that some over the last several games. But Gibson actually had two men out there, and he was by himself for those two. I'm sure they saw that up in the booth. Let's see if we come back to that later on.
Give him a yard. It's 2nd and 9, 5:46 to go in the second quarter. We're trailing 7-0. Javen back to pass with pressure. And we throw it. He gets hit, and it passes up in the air, and he's going to intercept, and he may go all the way, and he does. Javen gets hit as he's throwing, and he's still on the ground. Javen gets hit. Ball must not have come out of his hand. We don't have instant replay, so the ball just went straight up in the air. They intercept it, and on to the house he goes, and that's 3 turnovers in the first half to make it 13-0. No flags.
Ball just went up in the middle of the field and went way high, and actually the safety turned around and just saw it way up in the air, and our players did not even know where the ball was, and he actually was returning it before we even knew where the football was.
And we didn't have a devil anywhere. Javen's on the ground. He's sitting up now. Let's see what he's favoring. That would have been a roughing the passer if Tom Brady was out there calling.
I think that would have been correct.
Javen's walking off on his own power. I don't know if it's his shoulder or his knee. He's kind of banged up in both those places, but he just needed another second to throw it or either scramble and give himself some more time. Looks like his right arm he's favoring it a little bit. So anyway, 13-0. Now they're in a PAT position. Wow, just nothing going our way offensively. Nothing. We're going to have to score on defense. The kick's up and good. We drop. Remember that drop interception at midfield in the for their first possession. We're going to remember. I'm going to remember that for a while because that could have been a game changer. He may have scored if he'd have caught it.
Yeah, what really hurts here is we made a really great stand on the defensive side. The crowd got in it, the players got excited, and just one of those football things right there. You could see they brought the blitz. We didn't get everybody, and they got a free shot on the quarterback there. Would hopefully, and I've refrained from this, and I even hesitate because this really didn't have anything to do with that play or the other touchdown. There's been a good bit of holding going on out there, and we've only seen one call tonight, and because we're getting real close to getting to their quarterback as well. Need a big return right here, Stuart.
We sacked him one time, and we're going to have to sack him some more, get some turnovers from Raven. We have 3 turnovers in the first half. Actually, we have 3 turnovers in 18 minutes of play.
They took the possession back from the opening when we stopped them on the opening drive. Well, that second touchdown took that away. We get the ball to start the second half. A big play would just be huge to get us back within a touchdown.
So they'll be kicking to College Avenue this time. They got an offsides penalty their last kick, and then
set the kick for the Wildcats.
did an onside kick. Let's see what they do this time. You can't never tell about these guys.
Got to make sure here we block people up front. They're athletic, and they cover kicks really well, and we let them have a free shot on us last time.
So they're going to pooch it. Trustin's going to come get it. Takes it on the 24 with a little, and another tackle by the ankles, or he's gone to the house. All year long, one guy grabs the ankle, knocks him off balance, or he's gone.
The was me, because Stewart saw just what I saw, and a hole opened up, and one guy, I mean, he's going untouched except for a shoestring tackle. Wow. Good field position now. Got to shake off the other, and now we got a different quarterback in, Stewart. Branson Bond's in there now.
3 receivers left. Branson's your quarterback. Quan's your running back. We take it. We give it to Quan. He's got a little hole. Linebacker trying his best to pull him down.
Quan Moss on the carry.
Up to the 42-yard line for a 7-yard gain.
Tackle by number 45, Ethan Owens.
Boy, another hole there, Stewart. That looked like it could have gone. I just get the feeling we're going to break something off on these guys because they are not playing deep in the safety positions.
If you can get to the second level, there's nobody else to get to. Branson takes it, gives it to Quan again, picking his way, and he runs over one guy. Now he's pulling free, and he'll pick up a Higginbotham paint and body first down up to the 47-yard line. And Rabun's now getting a little cocky and talking. I can see them with their little head gestures after they get up from a tackle, and that's going to play well for us in the second half. Clock running at 4:36. We're down 14-0 on 3 turnovers. Give it to Quan again, nowhere to go, going to lose a yard, be behind the chain, 2nd and 11.
They came in there and blitzed on that play. This kid's been coming for the last probably 3-4 plays. He came on the big sack just a minute ago, and this is what Rabun do. This is nothing new that they've always done this. They guess right a good bit, and we've got to take advantage of that.
3 receivers left. Eli Harris wide. They got a guy coming blitzing again, number 21. We picked that up. Quan fights across the 50 up to down to the 49. So we'll have a 3rd and 8. And Branson can throw it. We've seen that.
Branson's got the deep pass. You worry though on 3rd down and long. You can't be effective with the play action as much as you maybe could have on 2nd down.
No, they're going to bring the house here.
But and Branson doesn't have the ability to escape. Let's see if they play coverage this time.
They do. They're giving him some time, a lot of pressure, and a screen to Quan. Let's see if he can make a move. He does up the middle of the field, and now he's running over people down into the 37-yard line. Quan on a perfectly executed screen pass or play, and it was a great little floater from Branson to Quan, and he got to see the field then. He got in the open field. Picked up about 12, 13 yards for a first down for Higginbotham Paint and Body. 3:09 clock running. We're down 14-0.
No safety at all.
Give it to Quan again up the middle, and he's going to find a little hole, and he's going to keep trucking. Now he's on his feet again. He pulls away down over the 20, down to the 19 for a 17-yard run. He run over one Wildcat and pulled his leg away from the other and just kept bulling his way down. And I think Quan's a little upset about that fumble a while ago.
Yeah, it's hard to take the ball out of Quan's hands with 2:45 here, but boy, play action might be the real ticket because without question, you're going to see them blitz here.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from the 19. They put Tyrekus in motion. We take it, give it to Quan, and they blitz, and they thought right this time, straight up the middle. And 4 or 5 Wildcats are on him. Nowhere to go there, and we knew it was coming. That would probably been a really good time for a Tyrekus jet sweep.
Yeah, or play action, either one. I know coaches were just throwing Branson in there to the fire, but hey, we're down for 2 scores now. With the ball to start out, we need a touchdown desperately right here.
2nd and 11 from the 20. Branson takes it back to pass. Fires, overthrew Eli Harris on a slant. Almost intercepted again by number 9 for Rabun County. Just a little high for Eli. It floated on him, just a good spiral, but it was a little high at the 10-yard line, which had been enough for a first down. Now we've got 3rd and 11, knowing we're going to go for it. Clock at 1:55. We're down 14-0.
And you look at, and they didn't like the way that looked because we went empty back and they called time.
Empty set, 5 receivers, and Rabun takes a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. We're trailing 14-0. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on 105.3 WSGC.
When it comes to your vehicle maintenance, we know you have many options. Trust your vehicle care to the honest, dependable experts at Jason's Garage, located at 1380 Hartwell Highway in Elberton, your Power Stroke Diesel headquarters. Their diagnostic technology, education, and expertise provides you with the best vehicle care imaginable. Call 706-408-5775 to book your appointment today. Jason's Garage specializes in power stroke head gasket replacement, transmissions, brakes, rotors, and turbos. Jason is also certified to perform annual DOT inspections on all over-the-road trucks. Come visit Jason's Garage today at 1380 Hartwell Highway in Elberton. Phone 706-408-5775. That number again, 706-408-5775.
Now back to Elbert County Blue Devil football. Here on 105.3 WSGC.
14-0 Rabun. Branson takes it, needs to throw. Fires in the end zone. Overthrown Brady. Nobody could catch that. It was way too high.
Pass falls incomplete.
Brady was open. Not wide open, but he was open on a if it had been a very accurate pass. I think our only completion, unless I'm mistaken, is the screen pass.
We're going to try.
We're going to try a, looks like a 37-yard field
pretty
goal.
long one.
Stover back to pass. Now he's looking for that little screen to Gibson, and he's got it, and he's wanting to break away, but Bubba grabs him at the 35, but it's a 14-yard pickup.
Complete to Jake Gibson.
That's that play, Stuart. We looked at it all week long, and you know it, you see it, and it's a giveaway when it starts, but stopping it's a whole different thing. Now, they're going to attack right now.
1st and 10, minute 25, and he's got all kind of time, and DJ, we're going to try to run him down, and we finally get him at the 32-yard line, and he finally goes down at the 31.
Well,
but it'll be a loss of 3 or 4 yards.
White Hat looking in there, and he saw the hole. I know he saw that because he was looking at what I was looking at, and you had a jersey stretched out with a player coming trying to get to the inside. I'm really shocked that wasn't a holding call.
2nd and 14 now. Our defense has played great. We've got 3 turnovers. Throw a little screen, and Jermaine Sims reads it perfectly and throws number 7, Lane Wyndham, that running back, down with no gain. They may have lost a couple more yards on a screen pass. And he did. He's back to the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 16 here.
And Rabun's going to run this clock down to where they don't even have to get off they may have to get a playoff right here. We could make them punt if we wanted to, or we just want to get out of the half too.
Let's see what they do. The clock's running down to 13. They'll probably run one play, and you would think it's going to be deep. 6 seconds back to pass, and he's going to have to run, and he's going to fire down the field. Christian's waiting, and it's complete. And Christian, clock run out, though, all the way down to the 20-yard line. Christian had it ready, was waiting on it, but that great receiver, Gibson, jumped up and took it out of his hands. As Coach told us, Coach's show, we have got to win the battle on jump balls. We have got to win the battle, and we have not won any so far. So that's the end of your first half with your score. Rabun 14.
0, Wildcats 14.
Elbert County 0. We'll be back after this 5-minute break. And we'll be back with the M&M time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Varsity Wildcats. Welcome to halftime at the Granite Bowl. On behalf of Superintendent Mr. John Jarvis and Principal Mr. Josh Ryder, we present to you the Elbert County Blue Devil Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Chandler Soner and Mr. Corey Hobson. The auxiliary coaches are Miss Leanne Lane and Miss Sarah Denner. Percussion instructor is Mr. Marquez Hood and band instructor is Miss Ansley McNeese. On the field, the band is led by drum major Alice Harper. For this year's halftime performance, the Blue Devil Band presents their show, NOLA. NOLA is a show centered around the social and musical culture of New Orleans, Louisiana. Join the Blue Devil Band as they explore a variety of scenes from New Orleans as they present NOLA. Drum major, is your band ready? You may now take the field. We open our show with a scene from the brass bands of Jackson Square. The Blue Devil Band presents their spin on a New Orleans classic, Oh When the Saints. classic jazz ballad, Do You Know What It Means to Miss New Orleans?
So Elbert County comes out, forget who you playing, don't put in, just come out and execute. And you know, Stuart, we're due a break. We're due a break here. And honestly, in this football game, we've had no breaks.
No, and RABUN has yet to drive the ball. They haven't had a drive.
No, we've done a great job with that.
Their longest drive for a score was 22 yards, and we did that to them. We give that to them, and then the interception. That's it. Our defense has played great. If our offense can come alive here in the second half, I think you're going to have one heck of a second half coming up. That's all we got to do based on the first half's performance is the offense has got to move the ball like we've been doing all year.
You said it, Stuart. We got to get on the board, and we really need to be on the board quick when we get it down to the one touchdown game. That gives you the opportunity up to the dying minute. What you don't want to do, though, is another turnover or something or a quick 3 and out on offense to give them field position and allow them to get up by more than this. They're too sound a team to give up a lot of big plays, although I'll say this. We've had a lot of opportunities, more than them, to break off big plays that were maybe one hand away from being that than they have this game.
Yeah, we've had 3 or 4 times where it's just a shoestring tackle or a arm out that grabs the ankle. It's just, it's one of those can go, and we're going to need that in the second half. So the clock's about to tick down to 0. The officials are about to break their huddle. We'll have to see if Javen's throwing. I don't know if he's going to play in the second half or not, but either way, Javen or Branson has got to. We got to be better than 1 for 10 in the second half throwing the ball because we have not spread them out and give them a passing look yet, and they are in the box, not playing any safety D's. They're going to stop the run, or at least attempt to. So we've got to mix it up a little bit here, and somehow attack when they blitz out in the flat with a running back or something. But I know we've got a great offensive coordinator that has already dialed it up for this half. We just don't know what it is yet. So they've reset the clock to 12 minutes. That's the end of your M&M Tire and Auto halftime show. As the Wildcats of Rabun County have hit the field, they will be kicking from Church Street to College Avenue. As we break the huddle, we'll have Trustin and Jakari deep. I'd love to see Jakari get some touches out of the backfield as well, maybe get the corner.
They have kept the ball away from Jakari on these kicks, and it's almost like I've seen their kicker look to the sideline, and he's getting an indication of where he's going, and they are intentionally. But the great thing about that, we've got another kid down there in Trustin Allen that can break the same thing. And actually, the last one, he had the opportunity. It was another one of those one-hand tackles with a guy laying on the ground, reached up and just tripped us. But need to get off to a good start here. Rabun, once again, plays so much better on offense when they're allowed to play freely, when they have a lead and they don't feel pressure. And the only way to get that back on them is to get a quick score here to start the second half.
Well, I know what the flyovers are now. I thought it was a plane. It's a helicopter at the fair.
Wow.
You know,
the fair.
You pay to ride. So here we go. Rabun to kick. And they kick it on the ground. And looks like Bubba, can't see the number. We just take it at the 32 and go down. They do not want our...
Travis Banks, number 32, downs the ball for the Devils.
Travis Banks takes it and just takes a knee. They do not want our kick returners to have any chance of running it back because they've watched film the last 2 or 3 games and they've seen that we could have broke 4 or 5 of them. So here we go to start the third quarter. We've got possession. Javen's in at quarterback. We are 1st and 10 from our own 32. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Javen takes it. Now he throws it, and it's tipped, intended for Brady on just a little short, right over the line of scrimmage. He just stopped. He was wide open. The linebacker jumped, tipped it, so just like that.
Brings up a second down.
It's not a negative play, but it's a 0 yardage play, so we're 2nd and long.
This is what we saw the whole first half with them coming up to blitz the outside guy. We came to what was going to be open. He luckily got a hand on it.
Put Brady in motion now. He's in the slot, going to block. Nowhere to go for Quan. They're going to eat him up. He pulls a back down. They're going to lose a yard, probably back to the 31-yard line. So now we're going to be 3rd and 10. Our offense is just sputtering, can't get anything.
Ethan Owens on the stop.
You know, Stuart, I go back and we can be what we can be right here, but the quarterback run is what really bothers RABUN with this style of defense because it's unaccounted for in most cases.
3rd and 11. They bring in the blitz. We fire it complete to Trustin, and they're going to move the chains. Completion for 11 yards all the way across the field. That's the first pass that Javens threw with some intensity on it. Good tight spiral. Trustin had to go to the ground to make the catch, but he does, so he moves the chains for Higginbotham Paint and Body. So we've got a first down, number 9 of the night.
If you'll watch number 5 here, Stuart, how he's cheating in right now,
Javens
and he's playing the run.
A same pass that intended for Brady, and I think the same guy tipped it again.
Yep. And he was there, and if Brady gets that ball, he's going to go another 20 yards probably with it. And he's wide open because they're cheating. Number 5, which is Ross, is trying to help on the run game. They're trying to take out the bounces when we bounce outside, as we do so often.
2nd and 10. RABUN runs the guy in and tries to run a guy out, and he's on the field. You got to throw a penalty, and they're not going to do it. Quan takes it up to the 47-yard line. They had 12 men on the field.
Moss on the carry.
And they don't throw a flag. I don't understand how that happens.
And wasn't making a huge effort to get off there. That's usually sometimes when you'll see that. But this is another huge 3rd down play right here. Need to convert.
3rd and 6. Ball on our 48. Just underway in the 3rd quarter. We're trailing 14-0. We've got to get 7 points on the board. Brady's in motion. Javen takes it back to pass. Here comes the blitz, and they're going to get him, and it's a screen to Quan. He's got to make a man miss, and they can't. They eat him up at the 47-yard line, so it'll be no gain on the play. So we'll have to punt.
Pass is complete to Quan Moss. Owens on the
really need a good punt right here, Stuart. We cannot let them score before we score first. That would put us 3 scores down, and that's way too much to overcome against this team.
Javen could have spun around. There was nobody on the other side of the field. He could have run for days. Good snap. Nice high spiral. Fair caught at the 19-yard line. Wow, what a great punt.
Ball bounced a couple times in his hands right there at the very end.
We had Blue Devils standing all around him when he made the catch. That ball was up at the lights.
I think that was Corey Keller on that. He's been around for quite a while. That was a good, big play for them to hold on to the ball right there.
So their defense has scored, and our defense needs to score. We've already had 1 interception dropped. We're putting a lot of pressure on their quarterback, Stover. Let's see if we can get us a turnover here. We had 3 in the first half, and that's why the score is 14-0. So we've got to clean that up, and I mean clean it up in a hurry. Stover with a hard count. We don't jump. Looks to the sideline, takes it back to pass, no pressure. He's going to fire deep to there's that Gibson kid. Wide open, and Miguel just can't keep up with him, and he's going to go all the way and no flags. 80-yard pass on a post pattern, and he made a move at the 50-yard line, and he was wide open, and Stover hit him in stride. And just like that, Stover Gibson, as they've done to everybody all year, strike on us early in the 3rd quarter to make it 20-0.
Stuart, I could see from the sideline they changed that play up. They got a matchup they wanted, and they switched it again like they've done a couple times, and you could see Stover look to the other side, and there was a little gesture with Gibson, and you knew that was coming there. Gibson used a little push off about 10 yards down the field that they're never going to call, but that just got the separation, and Miguel gave it everything he had, but it's a speed difference right there to be able to stay up man to man.
PAT's up and good to make it 21-0. And
kick is up
when it's going bad, it's going bad. We have a huge pass play of 80 yards to Gibson. He's the best receiver in the state for a reason, and Stover just keeps adding yards to his passing yardage total. So with 9:23 to go in the third quarter, it's now 21-0 RABUN County, and that's their first score off of a whole possession. We give them 22 yards on one and an interception on the other. Yeah. So that's their. So now the pressure's on us. Now we've got to get our offense going and score. We cannot get down any. We've got to keep them at 21 right now.
They missed that play early in the first half. That was one they got deep and it was overthrown. We got a little pressure on the quarterback and made him rush it just a little bit. But this was an absolute try to get the matchup they wanted. They switched guys. They got the matchup they wanted, and then they looked to it. And you could see when he looked to the sideline, the coach was changing the play right then. And tough luck for the Blue Devils. Good play by RABUN County. Good catch and run. Elbert County just got to fight back now. You cannot stop fighting against this team.
And we didn't put any pressure on the quarterback. He just stood there, and you cannot let Stover do that. So the kick is another bouncing kick, and now we're not going to come up and get it. And finally, Jakari gets it. It went by the first Blue Devil, and we're lucky. There was a Wildcat really coming hard to try to jump on that ball, and Jakari catches it on another bounce and gets it to the 30-yard line, and that was almost a disaster.
Jakari came a long, long ways to make that play, Stuart. Our up man kind of backed off of it and let it go by and looked to block somebody, but Jakari was way back on the 10-yard line, and he covered a lot of room to come up and get that football.
Now it's just a hard bouncer. It's not an onside kick. He's just not going to let our deep kick returners, and I don't blame him, to do anything. So here we are back on offense. Let's see if we can get this passing game going. They're going to blitz somebody every play. Number 5's waiting back to pass. Now we're going to throw it deep to Trustin, and it's way overthrown about 5 yards. He was open.
That was the matchup we wanted, Stuart, right there. And we beat the same defensive back for RABUN early, and we had a 10-yard run, and there's just not enough air under it.
Yep, he threw it too much of a line drive, and if he'd have threw it on up in the air, that would have been an easy score. Trustin had him by 5 yards or more, had him beat it to 30, and we just overthrew it, and we haven't been doing that this year. So now we're going to try to run it, and they're going to eat him up way behind the line. Quan nowhere to go. They're actually going to tackle him 6 or 7 yards behind the line. They blitz then, and let's see where they mark it.
Yeah, they're getting after our line of scrimmage right now, and they have the whole game, but as an offensive lineman, you worry about these blitzes, and on that play, we had the big lineman that's so good. I think his name is Cruz. Yeah, senior, been there, played a lot of football for him, and he just beat us up front.
Now we're 3rd and 14, going backwards when we need to be going forwards. Back to pass, no pressure. He's rolling to his right to give him a little more time. Now he's got pressure and fires, and I don't know what flag this is going to be. He's got to be holding. I don't know, but personal foul, face mask on RABUN.
Well, let's hope that's 15 yards. I think what he did is we were trying to block him, and he got our kid by the face mask so he couldn't get blocked, and he did it right in front of the white hat, and that's.
And I think it was on Quan.
Yeah, it was on Quan trying to block for the run. Stuart, we had a situation there where we got outside the pocket, and this is where we can hurt RABUN. We got outside the pocket, but we're on a 3rd and long. If we are 3rd and 8, he's going to get 20 yards out of that play probably and a first down. And let's see now how far this mark-off. Is this mark-off going to give us a first down, or is it going to be? Yeah, got it. Big play for the Blue Devils. Really needed that one. Got to get some points.
So the officials give Higginbotham Paint and Body a first down. They move the chains, what we needed, up to the 41.
Devils first down on the
8:23 to go in the third quarter. We're trailing 21-0 on a disaster of offensive show tonight. We've had all sorts of bad things. 3 turnovers in the first half. Jabin fakes it, fires it across to Brady. Good pass on a slant to Brady. They've tried that 3 times. This one's complete up to the midfield stripe. So we'll have a 2nd and 1 coming up.
Difference that time. He got out, got low, got out of the pocket, found the throwing lane, the passing lane.
Now they say 2nd and 2. So we look at the sideline. We got to score in a hurry. They just did on an 80-yard bomb to Gibson, who's been doing it all year. They give it to Quan with a little hole, and they grab him by the jersey, and he fights for another first down for Higginbotham Paint and Body. They grabbed his jersey, and that gave him enough pull to have some of his Wildcat buddies come in and help him out, but it's a 3-yard gain.
Number 5, Hayden Ross.
Now will be first down on their 46.
When we've had good first down plays, Stuart, we've absolutely moved the ball. It's the negative yardage plays that have really slowed our drives tonight and the turnovers.
Javen takes it back to pass, looking in trouble. Now he's going to run a little bit, and he's going to slide at the 40, pick up a 6 yards. And obviously the coaches have told him do not be trying to run over folks like he loves to do. His knee's a little weak. So he slid, picked up a good solid 6 yards, so it's 2nd and 4, ball on RABUN 40.
The times I've seen RABUN lose is when a quarterback could do exactly that, because they just don't account for the quarterback very much.
Clock running 6:52. We're trailing 21-0. Give it to Quan up the middle with a little hole, and he's pushed back at the 36-yard line.
Moss on the carry.
Now, hope this guy's got the spot. That was a terrible spot on the far side. He's not going to give it to him. Wow. No, maybe, let's see. That's close then.
Close to a first down.
Maybe short by half. I'm surprised they're not measuring this. Elbert County's looking to the sideline like they're not sure.
It's 3rd and a length of a football, they say.
Love to see a quarterback read option right here, but I don't know we'll get it.
Javen takes it, gives it to Quan right up the middle, and he's got a little opening. There he goes. He's going to go to the far sideline with the first down. There goes Quan. He's going to run over somebody here, and he did. He lowered the bull lowered his shoulder and took a Wildcat down to the Granite Bowl. I hope you enjoyed that. That's a good meal for you. Quan got in the open field on the far sideline, and you saw him winding up just like a ram does on the side of a mountain. They hit heads. That's what he just did.
When you get them off balance with their defense, well, they don't know when they anticipate these blitzes and the things they do. When you get them in a negative yardage situation, though, it's a little different.
1st and goal from the 8. No, we're going to fire it out here to Tyreek because he's going to make a move and cut in, and he'll get down to the 3-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 3, clock running 5:40. We're trailing 21-0, and we have got to get in the end zone here. That would be a huge, huge boost for the Blue Devils.
Get our crowd back in it, and got to really get a man on a man. You can absolutely believe you're going to get blitzed really big right here.
Quan takes it, makes a move, makes a man miss, and there he goes. Quan makes a great move at the 1 and just makes the Wildcat hit the ground on a 3-yard run for Quan to make it 21-6. Finally, we're on the board with 5:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. Now that's the kind of Blue Devil football I'm used to seeing.
Mixed it up well, made some good plays. Once again, the quarterback's running is what really bothers them a whole lot.
Quan's running is what's bothering that cornerback over there, because I don't know if he knows where he's at yet. The kick is up, and the kick is high and deep and strong and good.
Up and good.
21-7 RABUN now with 5:19 to go. The Devils answer one of them. All we need is a defensive stand or a pick 6 or a scoop and score just to stop.
Devils 7, Wildcats 21.
So the Devils have answered. They look really, really good on that offensive possession there. Drove it 70 yards. And RABUN really couldn't do anything with us on that drive.
Boy, you just hope we just dug around and really dug ourselves in a big hole. They had a big one on us. We went on a drive, and those first 2 that they got look really big right now. This game's a whole lot closer than 21-7.
It is.
Once again, Stuart, got to cover the kick, got to continue just to play to get that football back.
Set the kick off for the Devils.
We've got to have a turnover or something good to go our way. We've given them 3 turnovers, and they haven't given us any. We're due 1 or 2, and that could be a game changer.
Solid football team, RABUN County is, and they don't give you very much.
Set to kick toward Church Street. Brandon. And he's going to pooch it to that Gibson guy, and he's going to take a fair catch at the 33-yard line. They want that number 6 to be around the football as much as they can get him.
Fair catch by Gibson.
He is just one heck of a receiver.
Well, you know, he's 2 touchdown catches in this game. He's got 14 of the 21 right now, and all of the offensive scores because they got that interception. Blue Devils need to just play hard and be their personality to continue to fight. Sometimes, you know, if you can make a play, a turnover, Stewart, things can start creeping in again, and this crowd gets back in it. But we can't let them have easy plays for touchdowns.
Now, we've got to stop them here. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We've got to have a Bill Daltrey 3 and out. Now they put Gibson back here on Miguel. And here they go with that little screen, and that little blocker comes up and makes the block. We run him out at the 44-yard line, so he picks up a solid 10 yards on this little quick out. The other receiver comes and blocks. And if we don't get off that block, he goes. He's had a lot of touchdowns.
Well, in the play there, you've got the matchup again, and what you do is Miguel's giving ground not to let him get deep, so that's giving him a gimme 7 or 8 yards.
Same formation, same play, and we're going to try to run it again. And this time, Jermaine comes in and makes the play after about a 5-yard reception.
Sims on the tackle.
That's 2 plays in a row, and they're saying if you can't stop it, we're going to keep running it. They're putting Gibson and Legault in the backfield. Then they go out and they're going same formation again. Don't be surprised they don't run the same play again. Nope, they give it to Wyndham. Illegal procedure on RABUN.
Well, it's pretty obvious they see what they want out here, and they're really going after it. And look, Miguel, he plays hard now, and he'll get good position. He'll be where he's supposed to be.
It's 2nd and 8 on the 46-yard line.
Really need a stop right here. 5 minutes to go in the third, and this is at the very least for them. It's helping field position-wise.
After the penalty, it's moved back to the 46, 2nd and 8. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Big play right here. Now they look at the sideline. Miguel was really coming off. If he sees that, he's going to throw it over here. Now he's going to try to go deep, and we got pressure on him, DJ, and he's going to throw it out of bounds, way out of reach of anybody. Trying on Christian over there. And now we're going to throw a penalty. We got a hands
Their
raised.
coach is halfway on the field complaining. He's pretty well done that most of the night. And right now he should have got 15 yards for what he just did, but
Devil fans
now he walked away. That's a pretty good move on his part to get away from that official.
3rd and 8. I thought the way we were reacting, all of our hands went up like somebody threw a late flag, but they didn't. The coach over there wanted it. Stover had to scramble toward the far sideline. Now RABUN has to take a timeout because they're a little frustrated. So we'll take a 30-second break. It's 21-7 in the Granite Bowl, but it's not in our favor. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on 105.3 WSGC. 30 seconds.
Got a job to do around the yard or farm? Then go see P&J Small Engines of Elberton, because you won't beat them when it comes to sales and service of the equipment you need. They carry quality brands like Steel, Snapper, Bobcat, and Grasshopper, and they will work on almost any small engine model. Great deals and great service for the equipment you need. Go by and see Glenn Parham at P&J Small Engines of Elberton, 1069 Hartwell Highway, or phone 706-283-4733. That's 706-283-4733. P&J Small Engines of Elberton.
Now back to Elbert County Blue Devil football here on 105.3 WSGC.
down.
21-7 RABUN. It's
Hey,
3rd and 8.
go.
A huge play here in the game. Stover takes it, looks, wants to fire. He's going to have to run now. He's rolling to his right, and he fires down the middle, complete to number 4, and we're having to chase him, and he's going to get all the way down to the 25-yard line. Stover had to scramble, and number 4 just kind of come back across. He stopped his route and came back across the field and completed it. At Stover, he just gives himself a little more time, and he fired a bullet.
We got somebody really hurt down here, Stuart. One of the Elbert County players can't get off the field. And I mean, it does not look good at all.
Official timeout.
Maybe Miguel. I can't tell from here, but it's 30-something. Number 4 that caught the ball also came off the field slow. It's either, I don't know if Tyrekus plays defense.
That was a huge play for them. I'm satisfied the officials aren't going to call holding, and that's good. But there was some big time holding going on by but I'm good with that. Just we don't want to see any flag go the other way as well.
It is.
Yeah, that's Miguel.
So Miguel, a little shaken up, but he's coming off on his own power. It was a pretty good collision at the 25-yard line. So he's a little shaken up. Looks like
I think it may have been a cramp.
Left leg.
I think it may have been a cramp, and I think it's starting again, actually. But he's had to chase Gibson all over the field, and they've been going to him play after play, so you can kind of expect that. We got a sub in there now.
We got L.J. Clark out on him with Tank on number 9, so it's 1st and 10 from our 24, and we needed that 3rd down stop. Now we're going to roll to the right, and we're going to grab him, and he's going to throw it short. Travian Swinger on the pressure and just about got him. It made him throw it inaccurately in the turf, so it'll be 2nd and 10, and we have got to have a stop here.
Yeah, got to pressure once again. Need a big negative yard play. Once again, you see this quarterback Stover, and it's what I noticed on all the film. He's not that fast, but boy, he can extend that play just enough to keep you off from getting him on the ground.
So 2nd and 10.
Well, they're about due, Stuart, to run a little draw play or something.
Yeah.
I think I would have done it already, to be honest with you. Now it's empty back.
Empty set. Takes it 5 receivers looking with pressure, and he just throws it up in the air for Gibson, and there you go. And we got
to hold him.
Got a flag coming
Flag on the play.
Stover's getting up off the ground this time a little slow, but he just threw it way up in the air.
Or did he call that on Elbert County?
Gibson just.
See if he called. I thought it was holding, but now they're acting like that was on us too. They're going to say personal foul on Elbert County.
Chop block. How do we get a chop block?
Touchdown. Wildcats.
So we thought we were going to have a big break on a penalty, but they called it on us. Stover just throws it wherever Gibson's at because he's such a great receiver, and he just goes up and fights everybody for it, and he always comes down with it. He just threw that thing straight up in the air in desperation because we sacked him or knocked him down, and to no avail. They still make it and make it 27-7 with 4:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Kick is up and good. So now 28-7, and we really got an uphill climb now.
And once again, much in the same mold they've been all year long. The same personality, same set. They go to Gibson. 3rd touchdown of the ball game now for Gibson. So he released that ball way before.
Before he was even.
Before.
I don't even know if Gibson turned around yet.
Actually, I'm still trying to get a feel for what that play was, because Elbert County had one kid back there, and 2 of their guys was on top of him, and it looked like holding. And I know Elbert County's sideline was signaling holding, and I thought for certain that's probably what the call was, but wasn't to be.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Coach this week what that call was. It's a chop block call on us.
Yeah.
And I don't know how. I don't know. and it was called with the quarterback. We were sacking the quarterback, so I don't know.
They're going to move it up 15 right here, Stewart, so they can choose to kick it in the end zone. They can choose to go onside right here and take a chance with, recovering the ball and still keep us in decent field position. I would think they would kick the ball in the end zone here and put it at the 20. But that's me.
I still think they'll do what they've been doing. They'll kick that little roller end over end because now if he can get it in the end zone here, certainly that's what I think they would do, but who knows? We're getting pressure on Stover. He's just releasing it at the last split second. He's gotten off the turf several times tonight. We're getting pressure on him. We just can't cover Gibson. And we are going to onside kick. And they get it. They onside kick, good call, Marvin. They recovered on the 35. The guy beside the kicker just run real fast and got in front of that ball, and just like that, they execute an onside kick, and that right there just feels like somebody just jerked your intestines out.
Yeah, that's the play call right there, because you, at the worst, you don't recover it, and you're almost at the same spot that if you pooch kicked it. So it's always a high percentage play because you don't have anything to lose much by doing that. We kind of ran away from the football then and let it bounce, and Elbert County really got a hold on. This is the kind of team, and I would not be shocked if they don't go deep again right here.
Yeah, and that was when it caught us off guard, I think, and we should have run to the ball because they can't touch it for 10 yards, and we just waited for it to get to us, and they had a guy in front of us. So here we go. They got the ball on their own 35, back to pass, and he's going to look deep, and there he is behind him to number 8, to Corey Keller. Threw it behind him, had a little pressure on him right there at the end. So 2nd and 10, 4:24 to go in third quarter, and RABUN has extended their lead 28-7. We're on our heels just a little bit, seems like.
Well, interesting to watch this set because I haven't seen this where they have Gibson in the backfield. Then they switch to get the matchup they want to see. This is by design and a good one for them.
So we give it to Wyndham, and he's going to try to get outside. He cuts it. Now he does get outside, and we can't catch him. There he goes down the far sideline, and he's just going to run through us at the goal line to score again. Wyndham has done not much tonight, but we missed a tackle at the line of scrimmage. He bounced it outside, and we've seen him do that for 4 years. Just a little 5'9", 150, but he's got a lot of speed, and when he hit the edge, you knew he was gone. So just like that, RABUN has blown this thing open.
And now we've got another kid down.
With another touchdown on a 30-yard run by Wyndham. 4:11 to go in the third quarter. It's 34-7. And now you just got a bad feeling.
Yeah, and I think the thing that would bother you here, and there's no doubt this is a good football team, this is not really indicative of the way this game has been played. It really isn't. And
that's Miguel again. He's probably going to have to come out for a little bit this time.
He has really chased Gibson so much tonight that this is really wearing on him.
Travis McClendon coming in to take Miguel's spot on the PAT. They may run this little play right here, like that right there. And I knew they would. Where they got all the guys to the left. That's the only thing they haven't run tonight.
Game against the Wildcats.
They have all, you've seen it. 2 receivers wide right, the center and the quarterback, and you got 7 guys over to the left, and they snapped it. And they had a penalty, a delay of game.
Flag on the play.
And I knew they were fixing to run it.
Yeah.
And they did. You knew they were going to do this onside kick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's they're well coached, and there's no doubt. And now this is the part that is kind of tough for me. You're up 34-7, and coach has been out there on the field and been in referee's ears nearly the whole ball game. And he's back out there again.
Yeah, RABUN has dominated the third quarter. We score, and they have put 14 more.
Yeah.
And we're having a hard time stopping that pass. Now, Gibson is just, we got to double team him or something.
Yeah.
Sideline warning.
And we're going, and let me tell you, let me interpret sideline warning is get the coach away from the middle of the numbers coming out on the field. Now, they say sideline warning, but he's, stood out at 40 or 30 or wherever the number mark is most of the game.
Moved it back, but the kick's still good to make it 35-7. And boy, we got to stop the bleeding now. We've got to put some more points on the board. We've got to stay calm and react, but we've got to stop their passing game. We've got to stop the pass.
I made the comment in the coaches show. No matter what happens in this football game, and we knew RABUN's got a good football team. They absolutely have a great football team. Really smart, really execute well. But we couldn't win, lose, or draw. Let this affect what happens even next week, because we're looking to get a home playoff game. And, it's probably, may come down to that now. Next week up in Commerce, and a whole different style of football team than we're playing here, but a good football team. And what you want to do is finish this thing strong right here to feel good about you next weekend and keep on playing. And this team's never showed an ability to quit playing.
So RABUN County will kick to College Avenue. They have executed an onside kick and recovered. Just tried a 2-point conversion. Had it not been for a penalty, that would have been good. We look like ourselves in the third quarter offensively, but we're having a hard time with those deep passes. At some point you've got to double Gibson.
Yeah, and we talked about that earlier about the fact you got to choose your poison. But when you've got a kid with 15 touchdowns and 1,000 yards,
now they pooch it over to Trustin, and they've got it covered pretty good, and he's going to try to get the sideline. He gets up to the 30-yard line, where we'll take possession there, 1st and 10 from our own 30. This has been a long quarter, 4:06.
Yeah, and it's been tough for the Blue Devils. Game could be a whole lot closer than this score indicates, but right now the better team's winning this football game right now.
Had a terrible offensive first half, just absolutely terrible. Worst half we've had all year. Remember that pick we dropped in the first possession for RABUN County that could have been a touchdown? Fired out to Tyrekus on the screen. He's got a little running room, tries to get the sideline, and he'll get it about 12 yards for a first down for Higginbotham Paint and Body. Good pass by Javen, good catch by Reek.
And Stuart, that is how you beat that blitz off the edge, because that was his guy that left to come blitz. And there's the two-edged sword of that blitz. The problem is RABUN's done a really good job of being fortunate enough to guess right more than wrong.
And here comes another blitz, and he's going to throw it deep downfield to Eli, and it's complete, and Eli's going to try to make a move, and he does. And they're going to grab him at the 16-yard line and bring him down, but a long pass from Javen to Eli. Great pitch and catch.
Tackled by number 23, Goodwin.
50-yard pass play.
10, Blue Devils.
So just like that, we're down to their 17-yard line, 1st and 10 for Higginbotham Paint and Body. 3:40 clock running in the third quarter, but we're trailing 35-7. Not a whole lot's gone right for us tonight. Coin looking for a hole.
No.
All the players are on the ground. He couldn't run through them, so he was dancing around. Had to actually run all the way outside of left tackle before he could find any running room.
Stuart.
And no gain.
He went in every gap on the offensive line looking, but that just shows you what a good job they've done at controlling the gaps inside. They've not allowed it. The times we've had success is when we got on the edge. We really need to get out there, and I know our situation, but we need our quarterback to maybe make a play with his feet.
Javen back to pass, no pressure. Fires it off the hands of off Brady's hands. He jumps and it hits his hands and bounces incomplete, and he was open and just couldn't bring it down. So another touchdown catch drop. We missed a couple in the first half that Javen's, unlike Javen to miss those wide open down the field, we missed 2 touchdowns in the first half for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure Brady'd love to have that one back right there. That it was a little high, but Brady's a pretty tall, strong-handed receiver.
He had it in his hands. I think he was looking to see if he was fixing to get hit, and he just took his eyes off a little bit, and there he goes to him again, overthrown, but open, over in the corner. So just like that, we're 3rd and 10.
Stuart, that's a touchdown. If we just catch it, and throw it and catch it. Our play calls right now are dead spot on. We've got them turned around. The defensive back was breaking inside like he thought the pass was coming inside. We literally catch it. We walk in the end zone. Once again, a little pressure, though, on their defensive line, making us throw it just a little quick.
Well, now they've got 3 guys back. They're playing a little prevent now.
Going to be offsides on RABUN County.
Flag on the play.
Offsides RABUN. They'll move the ball down to about the 12-yard line. So we'll have a shorter 4th down here, 4th and 5.
Well, we've had some opportunities in this game now. We've just
that's 2
not
touchdowns.
capitalized.
Yep, that's 2 touchdowns right there that we didn't get. Now we're forced into a 4th and 5, and we're in a must convert here. Must convert. Move Quan over. May throw a screen to him. Javen's going to run it, and he's going to get the first down. He's going to get a touchdown, I believe. Yes, he does. Javen takes the ball himself and takes it to the pylon on the far side of the field for a 12-yard touchdown run. So Javen takes it himself to make it 35-13. Javen running off the field fine, like he's okay. We worry about him every time he runs just so we don't make his injuries worse. So with 2:37, it's 35-13 with the PAT. Good snap, hold, kicks up, high and long and good. So now 35-14. Let's see if we can cover this Gibson kid. We got a whole nother quarter to play. I mean, we could get this thing. All we need is a turnover or a pick 6, and we're right back in this thing.
But you just gotta play. You just got to just play. And no matter how this game comes out, we're a better offensive football team. One thing we said on the show today was capitalizing on situations. We've not reeled them in. We've had maybe as many as 4 opportunities for easily 3 to 4 more touchdowns, and we haven't converted. They've done a good job by doing just the opposite and taking advantage. But this is one that you just got to play out and keep on playing. This is the type team that will roll it up on you if you allow that.
Yeah, and they'll keep scoring if you want. If you don't stop them, they're going to continue to light up the scoreboard. I can promise you. That's their history. That's their character, and that's just what they do. They have played 2 close games. Whitfield Academy had them beat in the second half, and they came back and beat them, and we beat Whitfield. So we play our game. This is a whole different ball game. Gibson, fair catch at the 20. They'll mark it at the 27-yard line. So let's see if we can slow down their passing game here on this drive.
Sure, I would love to see us put in a situation where we don't allow them to get the matchup they want out there with the receiving battle. And there's a way to do that, but we've really got to just realize that's just a tough matchup for us. Let's see if they don't break out and try to get it again, and that's exactly what they're doing again.
Yep, they break Gibson out wide. Miguel's got him. He runs back now, and they're checking for a play, another play call.
Miguel is battling. I mean, he's battling his heart and soul and his body and everything, but this kid's just a nightmare matchup for him.
Gives it to Wyndham, and he's up the middle, and we're going to try to stop him as he crosses the 35. He's just such a hard running back to bring down. He's so fast and quick. Hard to, you wouldn't think a 5'9", 150 guy would be hard to tackle.
Runs low to the ground, doesn't allow you to get up under his pads very much. But, you know, you just got to get that kid on the ground. We've not done a great job over the last 4 years doing that.
So he picks up 10, so it's a first down. No 3 and out for Bill Darfin. They hand it to Wyndham again. There's a hole, and they will drive him back at the 40, so it'll be a pickup of about 4 yards. Big hole in between guard and tackle over here on the left side.
Kind of a smart move that by Coach Davis in this now to run the ball a little bit and keep that clock running. He's noticed the scoreboard right now, and we've moved it on him.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to capitalize anything like we had hoped. This is really a good strategy on his part to take the little air out of that clock.
They have 2 receivers with the quarterback in the backfield, and then they break out.
Wow, we switched something, Stewart, and they changed it on at the line of scrimmage, and they did back to do just the opposite of what we wanted them to do.
Now they're going to fire to Gibson. Here he comes down the middle, and we finally get him down as he crosses the 45. But it'll be a 3rd and 1 coming up. They sent Gibson to we switched Miguel and Tank to the other side, so they sent Gibson and number 4 over there with them.
It is 3rd down.
Need to make a big play here. They may go to Wyndham right up the middle here. Let's see.
3rd and 1. They got 3 receivers right this time. I expect a play to Wyndham that we haven't stopped it on the left side over here, and there he goes, and we're going to stop him. But let's see the spot. It's going to be real close. He didn't get but about a yard.
Boy, it just depends on where I wish he'd throw the ball over to the side. No, the referee not spotted himself. They're saying 4th down.
Great spot. That's not 4th down. That spot is a first down.
Stewart, the play there, the referee on the far side that's got the spot, okay? You throw the ball to him. Don't let the guy look down through there and decide where he wants to put it. Throw the ball to the guy nearest the spot, and then he can put it down. He's got his back. He can't see anything.
Well, they're going to measure it, and it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a first down.
They give him a full extra yard.
Yeah, that was tough right there.
Terrible, terrible spot.
Yep.
Yeah, that's first down. I knew it was from here. From way
Elbert
up here,
County
I could
crowd
see that.
is all
What a
over there.
Terrible spot.
Yeah, the crowd.
I mean,
really
that was a full yard.
Well, all he's got to do is throw the ball to the guy that had the spot and not look and just stick the ball down. I know this is just a pet peeve I have, because misspotting balls and where the ball advances to is can be huge in a game.
Well, it was 4th down, if not. So they got first down at their own 47. They give it to Wyndham. He's going to break outside, but Jermaine's going to make or LJ, no, swinger. Trevion comes in and makes a great tackle for no gain on the play. Well, they're going to give him a yard and a half.
I'll leave it alone.
2nd and 8. Stover takes it, and we've got.
They're going to say quarter.
Yep, that's the end of your 3rd quarter where you score RABUN 35, Elbert County 14. We'll be back after a 1-minute break. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on 105.3 WSGC.
Strains, sprains, or pain, PJ Therapy has your fix. When you have an accident or injury and the doctor requires physical therapy, make sure you ask your doctor to refer you to PJ Therapy in Elberton. Brad Lavender and staff specialize in all of your outpatient physical therapy needs, and they accept most major insurance as well as Medicare. So when your doctor requires physical therapy, ask for PJ Therapy in Elberton. Remember, strains, sprains, or pain, PJ Therapy has your fix. Visit PJ Therapy at 114 College Avenue or phone number 706-213-8506.
Save-A-Lot Grocery Store, saving you money every day. Always count on low prices when you shop at Save-A-Lot Grocery Store. Look for great deals in the produce department and fresh meat cut daily at Save-A-Lot. Specials throughout the store. Save-A-Lot Grocery Stores offers exclusive brands, helping you, the shopper, find the right selection at the right price. Save-A-Lot Grocery Stores carries the items you shop for the most. No need to spend extra time cost comparing against multiple brands. Shop Save-A-Lot Grocery Store, saving you money every day.
We didn't let them know where we were.
Now back to Elbert County Blue Devil football. Here on 105.3 WSGC.
RABUN 35, Elbert 14. Just saw a pretty sneaky coaching move there. They're trying to put Gibson on Miguel every time, so we just lined all our defense in the middle of the field, and they making them move their players before we decided who we were going to cover, and it made RABUN take a timeout. They didn't like that.
Coach Smith threw something about 15 yards
so we're
across the
we're
field.
going to sit here and wait till they move. Now they're just going to probably run the play out of that set. Now they move 6. Now if Christian goes and covers 6, that's not what they wanted. 2nd and 9 on their own 48.
Defensive line really needs to get some pressure.
Back to pass, throws a little screen to number 4, and we're going to hit him and knock him down at the 45-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and about 3 coming up.
Sims on the tackle.
Just underway in the 4th quarter. We're trailing 35-14, but boy, we've been playing them a well of a game. We have had 3 turnovers in the first half. They had a pick 6, and we were just not fluid at all.
Miguel is having a hard time running across the field. Those cramps are just wearing him out. Look, you can see him stretching. They'll probably go deep over there because he's not 100% right now.
They give it to Wyndham. We hit him at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up a yard. Let's see
They're
where
not going to get this unless the guy in the middle of the field marks it. The guy standing here that's supposed to mark it, it's short by a yard and a half. Let's see where he puts the ball down.
Should be 4th and 1.
Now, they got that one right. And they're going for it here. I think
sure they will.
Yeah, they get Miguel out. He's playing with guts alone right now because his tank is really empty.
We got to get it. What are we doing? And the quarterback takes it, and he won't go down, and we finally pull him down to 35. He just did a quarterback sneak for 4th and 1, and that line had just enough push to give him a first down. So gutsy call by RABUN to go for it on 4th and 1. They could have had a bad snap or anything, but that's how they are.
Yeah, the breaks have gone their way tonight, and they've created a lot of their own breaks.
Back to pass. Stover looks, fires down the middle to Gibson, and it's complete. He has to go to the ground to get it covered by Christian, but it's all the way down to the 9-yard line. They'll mark it on the 10. Jaden Gibson is just one heck of a receiver. You can't cover him. He runs great routes. He's got speed, and he's very, very smart. He is a football guy.
We got to the quarterback that time, Stewart, but the trouble is what I said earlier in the week. The kid's so big, he can still get it off.
So we got Christian covering Gibson. It's just very difficult. I don't know of any cornerback that's going to be able to cover him. Stover to Gibson again in the corner. Touchdown, easy touchdown over Christian. Threw it perfectly, and Gibson just reaches up right in his breadbasket, and just like that, they fly down the field to make it 41-14. And we just can't stop 6, and at some point, I wonder when you would double cover. But I guess you're going to have to give up something. They're going to run this formation again and see if they can go for 2, but they don't. Now we'll get a PAT. 9:52 to go in the 4th quarter. We're trailing 41-14, about to be 42. And it hits the goalpost and comes back no good.
No good.
I called it a little early, so the score remains 41-14 on a Stover to Gibson's drive there. I think Wyndham carried the ball twice. The rest of it was passes to Gibson, and he is just that good. That's why You don't lead the state in receiving and touchdowns unless you're good. In all classifications.
4 touchdown passes, 28 points of 41. And that one was underthrown a whole lot. And he basically, he kind of just came back on the ball and caught it on the ground.
He was literally sitting down on the grass.
Got to give the kid credit. He's a big-time quarterback. He's pretty big-time. I won't say that those kids didn't grow up in RABUN County, but that would just be undercutting how good they are, and they are very good no matter where they grew up at.
The passing game is pretty prolific, and if you can't cover 6, you've got trouble because he just finds a way to get open.
And I tell you, this quarterback, once again, when people say he's not fast and he can't move, he got a big first down on a 4th down that you would have thought he couldn't have done that either. But this is a really high-powered offense. Elbert County going to have to play with heart now the rest of the way.
They do the little bump and run, and now it bounces over, and Eli takes it looking for some running room, and he'll get it up to the 35-yard line. That took a really high bounce.
Harris returns the kick for the Devils.
And they've done that all night.
45.
They're not going to kick it to our kick returners, and I don't blame them.
You know, Stuart, it's funny when you look at football and you look at some of the matchups and the way, and I've always said this in sports, matchups are the key thing. What does their strength, what is your weakness? And I just felt like after watching them play so much, the real big thing was could our defensive backs handle their receivers? And their receivers have played really well.
Probably not many receivers that's got a catch other than Gibson, maybe 5 or 6. Back to pass, Javen overthrows Trustin.
Hickman's pass falls
Just
incomplete.
sailed on him. It flew over here almost into the bleachers. Trustin was open. He may have got a good chunk of yardage there, but overthrown, so incomplete. 2nd and 10 again.
Yeah, been tough when we have not good first down plays. When we've made our drives, have been always after a really good first down play. And as you see it goes on, and we're probably maybe Hickman will get a little more comfortable running. That really hurt them tonight on their defensive side.
Back to pass. We're going deep to Tyreek. Overthrown out of bounds, uncatchable. So it's 3rd and 10, and we're going to have to throw it now. And we'll give, if we don't get this, we're going to give RABUN plenty of time to put some more points on the board, and they will. Chris Brown now in at left tackle. Javen claps, looks at the sideline. 3rd and 10 from our own 35. Takes it. They're only rushing 4. Fires deep again, down well over 7-8 yards over Trustin's head. Actually, the Wildcat was closer to the ball than Trustin was, so it'll be 4th and 10, and we'll have to punt.
Good job by RABUN County in coverage right there. They really, that's where I think they can and will be attacked before the season's over. I think they can be attacked in the secondary, but a lot of that's because they sell out so much to stop the run. But anyway,
if they run up on a complete passing team, they'll play a lot of safeties back. Nice high spiral, taken at the 30-yard line by Corey Keller.
Keller receives the punt.
A senior wide receiver.
Stuart, I'll add something else. In a game like this, with a lot of hype coming in, and a game that actually just was I can't say Elbert County outplayed them in the first half, but honestly, when you look at everything there, the game's so much different than you would have even thought. But what RABUN County's done, Stuart, is not turn the ball over.
Yep, and I said that. When you got 2 evenly matched teams, turnovers will determine the outcome, and whoever has the most is going to lose every time. And that's what's happened. So they give it to Wyndham, and we're going to eat him up there. No gain, probably a 3-yard loss. So there he should run the ball now, run some time off the clock. It's 9:06 and running. We're trailing 41-14. Just a tough night for the Blue Devils in the first half, especially. I'd like to play the first half over.
Yeah, and hats off to the kids from RABUN. They played steady. I don't think they were probably real happy with their first half, but it's been a steady climb for them, and their players that make plays made plays.
RABUN taking their time at 2nd and 12. Ball on the 28. Stover in at quarterback. Takes it, gives it to Wyndham up the middle with a little hole, and we take his legs at the 33-yard line. They'll mark it at the 34, though, so it'll be 3rd and a long 6.
So I'll say another thing to some guys I know from in that area. They were so concerned how their offensive line would hold up against our defensive line. They were really, really concerned. And I've got to say this, I've got to give credit where it's due. Their offensive line has probably done as good a job with our defensive front as anybody all season.
Yep. 3rd and 6, back to pass, throws that little receiver. Miguel out there and runs him out of bounds at the 45, but it's enough for a first down, so we won't have a 3 and out.
Good one on the
for Bill Daltrey. They just throw those really quick 7-8 yard passes. The receivers just fly down the field, stop, turn around, he hits them in the numbers. Very hard to defend, and then they make a move and you got to tackle them.
Yeah, but you know, we're giving 8 or 9 yards, and that's too much with this quarterback. Gets it over there way too quick.
We'll give it to Wyndham short gain.
55, DJ Rayford on the tackle.
DJ Rayford on the tackle. Nehemiah's coming out as
going to get big Gurley in there. Get him a little time.
Pop Gurley coming in.
Well, we really need him over the next 2 years to be something special for us in that defensive line. 6:52.
And running. We're trailing 41-14. They've got the ball 2nd and 7 from their own 47. Stover gives it to Wyndham again, straight up the middle. He'll pick up another 3 yards. I mean, just straight up the gut. So it'll be 3rd and 4.
You know, this is, as far as from the RABUN County side, this is what they need to show, that with a lead late, that they can run it if they can't get the passes. If they've got corners that really can get up on them and not give you that separation.
Two receivers left, right, Stover. Now, as he's going to snap it, he stops, looks at the sideline for the plays. Takes it back to pass. Complete on that little receiver screen, and we're having a hard time tackling them now down to the 39-yard line for another first down. We've seen that play over and over and over again. The guy actually takes a couple of steps and then makes a big circle around the other two that's going to block. And if they hold their blocks, it can go. We've done a good job on that play tonight. It's not win.
And they've scored on that all year. You know, we talked to Coach about it. You knew it's coming. And the thing they've done with it is converted third down plays with it. But good job by RABUN. I think the Elbert County's legs are really wearing down. We've had to play a lot of defense now.
And our defense probably played out of 48 minutes. They probably played 36 of them. And they're taking their time, and they're going to call, RABUN's going to take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. It's 41-14 in the Granite Bowl. RABUN leading us. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on 105.3 WSGC.
Elbert County Sheriff Melvin Andrews is a proud sponsor of Blue Devil Sports. Remember, when driving to and from ball games, both home and away, to obey the laws of the road. Sheriff Andrews wishes a great and safe season for all this school year. So for home and away games, Elbert County Sheriff Melvin Andrews says, "Go Big Blue."
Now back to Elbert County Blue Devil football here on 105.3 WSGC.
Raven 41, Elbert County 14 with 5:12 to go in the fourth quarter. Ravens' passing attack has given us a lot of trouble tonight. And they're using all the clock just trying to run this thing out. 1st and 10 from our 39. Stover takes it, gives it to Wyndham, looking for a hole, cuts it back up the field, can't tackle him. Now he's coming to the near sideline with blocking, and he's going to stop, make a move, and then L.J. Clark will come from behind and knock him down at the 14-yard line, and they're just taking chunks now. Wyndham's
Tackle by number 9, Keyshawn Tate.
probably the smallest, best running back I've seen.
Yeah, and they're blocking us pretty good right now too, Stuart. He was a good 3-4 yards across the line of scrimmage before anybody even really got in his direction. Kid's had a great career against Elbert County. There's no doubt about that. I know he'll have a lot of fond memories growing up. When somebody said, "Did you ever play in the Granite Bowl?" He said, "Oh, yeah." Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And he's a tough kid. I'm tell you what, he's a kid you got to pull for because he doesn't let size dictate anything with him.
Clock running 4:25. They give it to Wyndham again. Looking, he stops. Now he goes back outside, and we're going to grab him at the 15. No gain.
Sims with a good tackle right there. Now that's what you would expect when he meets somebody. Sims really bodied him up pretty hard then, but got to get to him and get your hands on him.
Yeah, Jermaine on a great tackle, great read there. Wyndham will just hang around and look for a hole, and if he hits it, he can spin.
Smart move by coach to get Wyndham out of here. You know, I'm sitting here watching their quarterback play on, and it just eerily reminds me of another situation with a big lead, and I think they got plans for another quarterback in a year or two maybe.
Stover takes it, gives it to the new running back, number 19, and he gets really nailed at the 14-yard line.
Well, his head popped back.
That was a body shaker. He got hit pretty good.
Goodness, and I'm glad he got up. Yeah, he's putting his helmet back on a little bit. His head snapped back. I mean, really tough. But he's moving.
They mark it at the 12, so it'll be 3rd and 8. 3:08 clock running. We're trailing 41-14 on just a
7 yards to go.
Freshman running back that weighs 146.
Yep.
I bet he's a tough kid, though.
They give it to him again. He sees a hole, and then he gets Bubba Hurd grabs a hold to him. Jermaine, LJ, and he doesn't go any further then. They'll mark it at the 9, but it'll be 4th down, and they'll probably go for it, I imagine.
Boy, this is just what they ordered. This is a 9-play drive right here that's eat up clock and moved it pretty well, about 60 yards.
2:21 clock running. They're milking every second off now, as they should.
This is one thing that has haunted them in the playoffs, not being able to really control the ball, just sort of live or dying with the big plays. And it looks like they've made some improvements there.
They give it to that running back again, and he'll may be a little short. They'll mark it at the 5-yard line. I can't tell from here.
It's wherever they mark it. And right now, you're just at the mercy of that line judge. Maybe Elbert County football. Yeah, good stop by the Blue Devils there.
So they turn it over on downs. So our defense holds again inside the red zone. We've played really good. It's got to clean up our secondary just a little. Our line has played really good. We put pressure on the quarterback. We had plenty of times we could have capitalized, but we didn't help ourselves with the 3 turnovers. And that's all. That was all in the first 16 minutes of the game. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, first 16 minutes of the game we had 3 turnovers. One of them was a pick 6. So we're back 1st and 10. We're going to give it to Quan up the middle with a little hole, and he'll just run it up the middle and keep running up to the 15-yard line.
Quan Moss on the carry.
Close to a first down, be a yard shy.
Boy, when we just had that rough passing in the first half, we couldn't get them off the line of scrimmage to give Quan a little more room.
Javen back to pass. Now he's going to run to the near sideline. He's scrambling. Trustin needs to, he throws it into the stands out of bounds. Trustin, our receivers sometimes need to move around and try to find an open spot. Trustin didn't really move a lot there. He just stood there instead of trying to get open. Javen was trying to motion him to go one way or the other.
Now let's see what we got here, and from where it's at, I don't know how it could be anything but pass interference.
At the middle
and
of the
I don't know much on that because Javen was throwing the ball up here unless they were holding. They may have been holding. This team, Raven's been heavily penalized this year, and you just haven't seen as much of that tonight as I've seen watching them on film. But I'm kind of glad, you know, I like the referees stay away from the flags as much as they can.
You know, if the coach tells them, you know, if you got a guy just flying by you, hold them. They may not call it, but if they do, you might save a touchdown.
Now let's see if they wave this thing off, which would really make the Elbert County people crazy. No.
Illegal participation. I think they had 12 men on the field.
May have. Okay, that makes a whole lot more sense than interference.
Substitution against the Wildcats.
Yeah, we got 2 coming on, 4 now, 5, 4 coming in, 5 going off. So that will give us a first down and balls on the 19. Clock's at a minute 22, and the scoreboard says 41-14 Raven.
Want Elbert County to play. He's waiting for a play call from the sideline, and it's kind of slow a coming.
Javen takes it back to pass. Now having to run a little bit. Fires to Tyrekus in the middle of the field. Now trying to run to the far sideline with his speed. Let's see what he can do. He can't get to the sideline. They bring him down at midfield.
Number 10, Tyrekus Jones.
I think if he'd have maybe cut it on out to the sideline, he probably could have got some more yards plus stop the clock.
Probably the best look that time Javen's had all night, that he bought time by scrambling out of the pocket and waited for something to happen for him. And that was a good choice on his part and a good throw.
From midfield, Javen back to pass. Fires it to Quan on the outside, and Quan's fighting all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Quan Moss
they
on the reception.
Moved Quan out kind of in the slot. He just literally just kind of run out wide open. Nobody covered him. Of course, Ravens got their lot of subs in there now. Quan is a receiver again. They got 5 receivers. 1st and 10 from the 25. Javen back to pass. Going to fire down the corner of the end zone to a man wide open. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Tyrekus.
Tyrekus Jones.
So Elbert County flies down the field in the air to make it 41-20. And Reek got wide open in the corner. I think that might have been the same route of last week when he was wide open.
Yeah. Once again, nice job buying time by Hickman.
We run a player in late for our PAT. Only 22 seconds on the clock. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Boy, Brandon Horn is really solid on his kicking. He has really, really matured this year.
22 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And he's got another year to go.
Yeah, I would look for a big improvement over this summer in strength and all.
Yeah, if he can get his leg, he can kick it in the end zone. That's what we hadn't
Stuart,
had one of those in a long time.
that is what you need, especially against a team like this, is to be able to make them go the distance.
So the Devils will kick to College Avenue, trailing 41-21 with only 22 seconds. So we're going to, our undefeated season will end tonight to our foes in Tiger, Georgia, Raven County. But nevertheless, we'll be 7-1, and we've got 2 games left. And now the Commerce game next week is absolutely incredibly huge. Incredibly huge.
And Stuart, you look at the score as it's gone down, and you know, you can't deny RABUN won this football game for sure. But if you look down this thing and you look at it close, you're going to see this was not exactly as it seems.
We give them a couple. And then we got flags. I think we may be offsides this time.
And you know, right here, Stuart, this is what I do as a coach. It's 22 seconds. This is irrelevant whether we gain possession of this football or not. But what you can do is you may have a game where you need to make this, and this is a great time to, in the course of a game, to practice an onside kick. If you've got one in the book, go ahead, get your kids used to what it might be, and just take a little shot at it right here.
Yeah, if we get it, we get it. If we don't,
and, you know, they've got Gibson up front on the line up here, and that is hard for me to believe unless they're practicing getting an onside kick, and that's not a bad idea either. We lost possession with a kick.
Sure did.
It really hurt.
Sure did. And now we're going to kick it deep, and it's going to go in the end zone, so it'll be a touchback.
Well, you know, Stuart, that's one right there, and we saw this several years ago, if you remember, where we were in position thinking the ball was here, and they just barely got it over, and the ball stopped and was just laying on about the 20-yard line.
That would have been tough right there for them because we had guys flying. If that ball had took a different bounce, I don't know. We may have jumped on it.
Yeah. Give the credit, and I look up, and this is the part I see Keith Stover still in the football game. And I don't know if there was a deal or something there, but you got to have a kid on the sideline you'd love to let play, I'm sure.
Well, they're going to take a knee, and they probably want the experienced quarterback just so he don't mishandle the snap. So that will be the last play of your ball game with your final score. RABUN 41, Elbert 21. Tough loss for the Devils. Played a great team, though, RABUN, and we give them so many opportunities, give them 3 turnovers, and they scored on all 3. And if you take that off, it's a different ball game. Played a lot better second half offensively, but just not enough to overcome our mistakes in the first half. So again, your final score, RABUN 41, Elbert 21. So we'll be back we'll try in 3 minutes with a post-game show with all your stats and all your awards for the linemen, offensive and defensive players, and your Butler Office Supplies final game stats. We'll be back in 5 minutes to wrap this thing up in the Granite Bowl. Again, your final score, RABUN 41, Elbert 21. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on 105.3 WSGC.